Can't miss this one. Ideally here on time. I don't think I see formal live yet, so I think we're good. Ideally here on time. Big day today. The biggest matchup before Dallas. The last time, right? This is it. There's no more of this, apparently. We're going to get other Optic Scrims, I think, but no more Optic Shop. So don't miss today. It's starting. I don't see an Optic live stream yet. I see last shot. Oh my god, it's actually starting like right now. There's no formal. Don't tell me there's no Optic stream. Why am I not seeing an Optic stream? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Optic Shopify Scrims. Billy, Millionaire Hoy, Jimmy, Cobb, Barbosa, Alexis, Woven, Travis, Lights and Lights in the YouTube chat. How we doing, guys? Lezik, Brotoski's first, I think both chats. Willboy, Samantha. You're early, Samantha. Let's go. Center, Zinema, Esposito, Spectre, Top Caster Streamer of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. Shyway. Who's that? He sounds hype. Vash Attack, Vortex, Prison J, hello, hello, Goods, APG. APG's doing a watch party, right? He's not playing in this. Is he playing? Did they pick up APG? Let me, real quick, I know, it's the first game. We're going to get some time to kind of ease into this. I see 0 Optic POVs. We have last shot POV exclusively right now. And I don't know if that's because Formal is in the process of moving. I'll take anything. Or we might be watching a lot of last shot today. Eclipse, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. No comms, though, too. I'm really hoping Optic goes live. Okay, well, hopefully things change as the stream goes on. Either way, it's damn good Halo, regardless of who we watch, but looks like we might be on one POV exclusively for a little bit here. I'm late? Like 2 minutes? Maybe, not even. Shopify lead 34 here, 2-5 off the opener. Let me see if I can... I know Last Shot's stream by default is low audio. Let me just give it one of these. A little bit better. I'd invite me to the game so I can spectate. It'd be nice. Remember, once again, guys, this is their practice. This is not our content, right? We're privileged that we get the opportunity to witness this as content. But ultimately, this is practice. And Optic have not been practicing for the last, like, 3-4 days. That's kind of been the dialogue, too, right? Last time they scrimmed was Sunday. So it's almost been a week since we've seen Optic scrim. They 13-0'd C9 in their last scrim. So confident out of them. They did show some inconsistency recently against Precision and Team, Envy. T-Dog, thank you for the follow. Optic versus Envy was a 7-7 tied scrim unexpectedly right before that C9 one that they dominated. And the last time they played Shopify, they lost by 1 game, right? It was a 7-6 scrim SR with 1 tie. I'll give Optic the advantage in the tie, but it was a tie, so they lost that last scrim.
This is the way.
Why haven't Optic been consistent with Scrims? Good question. OPM, thank you for the follow. The only intel I got for you is that Formal is in the process of moving right now. And that might be the reason why we don't see a Formal live stream. I'm hoping that he does go live at some point today. But he's I think his lease was up, and I think he got a house or something. He's living closer to the HQ. These are all things I've been hearing from chat. We had to move. There's Blondie. Blondie, welcome to the chat. Do you know if Formal's going to have a broadcast today? Hopefully. SSG is looking... I don't know. Are they getting worse? I wouldn't say they're improving, but I'm not sure I'd say they're getting any worse. I would say they're still a top 4 team. Whether or not they beat FaZe is kind of like a coin flip, but beating SR and Optic seems unlikely at the moment for SSG. That's kind of where they're at. Never been more happy. I'm always happy to watch Halo Scrims. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I get no specific biases. He's at the office? I'm not sure. Okay. Thank you, Blondie. Welcome. Hope you're doing good. Barbosa, welcome. Yeah, hopefully the move has been successful and not overly stressful. Unfortunate that the timing of it is happening like right before Dallas, right? Sort of intercepting practice, but, you know, life happens. All saving bandwidth for Optic COD. Is Optic got a big day today for COD? No, it's been awful. Oh, no. Any gifters? Somebody give Blondie a sub. Please, now do it. SR about to take this round, by the way. And do Optic circumstances with the move and whatnot, does that impact their Scrim performance today? That might be a question, too. Because this is a dominant opening round of ball. Out of Optic. It's out of Optic the bro, I'm flipped upside down here, apparently. I'm used to seeing, I'm used to watching Optic's POV first, and then thinking yellow is the enemy. Anyway. Optic win round 1 confidently. My God, to 28. Last Shot's POV is 720p locked, and also has, like, quality degradation, right? Because he streams on, like, Starlink internet, so his quality of his stream is sort of limited. I don't know, we're a little scuffed today. I'm hoping things pick up. Optic is taking the round, not SR. It took me a second. Give me a second to sort of warm up, okay? We just hit the button. The Optic bias yet again. No, I thought SR was winning the round, bro. What's good, Michael? How you doing? All of the teams are just improving. Could there be a benefit to Optic not being live today? Will we see something in their gameplay that looks more confident without the streams on? Who knows? Last Shot has like 2 internets and plays on one and streams on the other. He's got to do what he can to get something going here, but I know he's had issues with his internet that's led to him not streaming Scrims in the past. And if the quality doesn't look very good, you know, my apologies, I guess, but I don't think I can control it, basically. I think it's on Last Shot's internet. We're in for a treat. I think regardless, the matchups are going to be top tier. Last Shot's POV is always, you know, exciting to watch, so not worried about that. But hopefully we do get an Optic POV with some comms, you know? Too X-rated for Twitch? Yeah, I don't know. That is maybe a little much. Need those Optic glaze emotes. Yeah, work in progress. I think I'm going to change it too. I think I'm going to do a green text with the white glaze or something like some of you guys were saying. Enemy halfway to victory. Either way, this is pretty freaking one-sided, unexpectedly, right? 60 points and counting here. SR can't seem to find an opening on Optic. Bound and Renegade going to come out with their picks. We got an isolated 1v1 at back B that Frosty does take to kill Bound. But he can see off his death count that push out B, right? Likely calling that Last Shot, the death cam. Blondie, you want to see actually? Here, hold on. We have, I mean, it's not that great just yet, but we're going to do like a Optic glaze emote and a biased one as well. I'm going to change the colors based on some feedback from chat and like make some updates to this, hopefully. But chat recommended at least one Optic text emote. And then there's going to be, you know, eventually a bunch more. Cool. Glad you like them. Just keep iterating it until the end of next week, basically, so we can have those ready. Plus new badges for next Friday. Always some damn good Halo Bash, always. Just somebody tell, like, Legend or anybody to turn the live stream on, though, please. 94 counting his Optic are about to shut SR out dominantly. The first round was 100 to, I think, 28. Last shot with a stylish double. Ultimately doesn't matter. That's 100 to 26, right? That's an insane stat line for Ball, for Optic. 2 rounds back-to-back, completely locking out the map. If there's an Optic glaze moment that was warranted, I think that might be the moment right there. That's a hell of a way to start game one. Formal coming out with the most ball points, 124, spending most of his time sitting in the setup comfy. Coming in hot. Yeah, damn. All right, let's get the text on screen. Wait. Can't just have no music. If somebody goes live, just give me an update, chat. We have other scrims happening, I guess, as well. I've just been so focused on this, right? FaZe versus Envy is taking place. Something to keep in mind here, too. Woodham has a POV that's live right now. Precision is live as well, right? Probably not going to get a chance to watch this with the focus being Optic SR, but just in the, you know, just to have. Capture the flag. Surprisingly, at the moment, no Optic POVs. Valiant. I hope that changes. We have one POV. Better than nothing. C9 versus Omit. Okay. Boo Boo Doo Boo, I think, was live, right? Maybe somebody on Omit will be live too. Sleigh Ride, what's up? If I switch to FaZe, I'm going to delete Halo. Okay, I hear you.
This is the way.
I know that's not what you came for. Albert, thank you for the YouTube sub.
This is the way.
Appreciate it. Chat, we are less than 100 YouTube subs away from 64,000. If you're hanging out this morning, you have not subscribed to YouTube, I would sincerely appreciate it. Can we just get over the hump? For some momentum before Dallas, that'd be awesome. Less than 100 away. It's the last POV you want to see in a 1v1. Because he'll dominate you. How about that? It's the last shot is kind of sick because he's always getting the last shot, the last laugh, you know, in the fight. That's kind of what he's saying. And he does tend to do exactly that, right? With a dirty double. Isolates the one shot by backing up for a solo 1v1, and then beats down the other. Immediate transfer with the flag pickup. Cam, thank you for the YouTube follow. Welcome, brother. Let's go, guys. Legend gonna shut it down, though. Get in front of him quickly. We don't often go to Aqua CTF for game 2.
This is the way.
Ender with the YouTube follow. Hassan B follow. Rare Shyway L. Wait, we don't like Hassan? I don't watch Hassan actively, but I've followed him for a long time now. Did I hear about Marathon's aesthetic was stolen? Not their entire aesthetic. Tyler Season, thank you for the follow.
This is the way.
Yeah, some of their artwork, yeah, was stolen or something like that. I saw that. And they went out and announced it on Twitter. Triple at a last shot. I think that it you know, maybe gave some inspiration or influence behind the art, but I don't know if it was the entirety of their work, you know? Okay. No politics today, guys. I don't pay attention to the ongoings of what's happening in Hassan's chat. We're focused on the Halo today. Could argue it was the entire aesthetic. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. I once again, that's a whole different topic that we're not going to focus on either. We can revisit it afterwards. But it's not a good look for Marathon. The whole game right now, you know, maybe they should just press the pause button on the development of like everything right now and just kind of give it a little bit more time to figure out.
This is the way.
It feels like the sentiment's not amazing. Mayhem, thank you for the YouTube follow. Welcome.
This is the way.
This guy, welcome. How we doing? Another day for some damn good Halo. Yeah, pretty chaotic opening to this. Like I was saying, Aqua CTF is not typically what you see for Game 2. And it's generally a map that favors Optic pretty heavy. Optic coming out very confidently with Ball, sorry, just dominating. Will they recreate that in CTF? It was the game they ended on in their last scrim, and Legend pulled off a masterclass on this map. We'll see if they can do the same this time. That flag pulled by SR, though. Or by Optic, sorry. SR looking for one. Crazy, what's up? Yo, Magno. Hello. Just tuned in the weirdest crossover between streamers I watch. Wait.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Llama Blanca.
This is the way.
Guys, I love the YouTube follows. Thank you so much. If we can close in on 64K, that would be awesome. We're just hitting new milestones, man. That's unfortunate, Trek. 2 dead here for SR, advantage state. What can Last Shot do with the opportunity? Where the hell is Formal, right? Formal got a shot onto Last Shot while disappearing here. Legend coming out with a star on Royal 2, so all the advantage they had gained, now lost. Bound up on P2 should be an easy pinch for Frosty, but Bound somehow finding the kill on Last Shot and escaping long enough to draw Frosty forward here. Always got to watch out for Bound's survival ability, right? We're talking about it with Micklin the other day. Is the opportunities that he creates just by living a little bit longer. And look at this getting done here with Legend with a 5 and I can't even talk, bro. And a flag pulled out through util. Camo's collected on top car here too, so Optic have coverage to make sure this flag goes through safe. Nobody on OG streaming, but we're witnessing you know, something beautiful on the receiving end, I guess, because it's currently 2-0. Chef Curry, how you doing? Oh, no problem, man. The pros know how to stay high and work the car side, Aqua. And like, oh, no, you're good. But yeah, take notes on it, right? Their ability to prioritize the high ground on this map and not give it up for free, and the little things that Last Shot and the, you know, everybody in this lobby does to survive and finesse. Legend goated at 1v1s. Yeah, I would definitely bet on Legend over just about any player in the league in a 1v1, for sure. Death cams should be nerfed, at least for pro play. Make certain plays too easy. I do think death cams are very powerful. I agree. I think it's the combination of death cams that you can spin plus team cams that you can spin. You could spin everything now. I don't think that was what they wanted, right? Like, the spinning death cam I think is okay, but then the team cam on top of that. So, like, I could be on a teammate and spin it backwards and see what's behind them. I don't know how I feel about the combination of both of those, especially with the size of the maps in Infinite. It's just so much information being given. And if you're not taking advantage of that, using it properly in matchmaking, you should be, right? J-Durf, what's up, man? Happy Friday. Well, yeah, we're here, man. We're locked in today. Found already had a super long night. Sessions with money 2s and 8s. Yeah, I don't even know if he slept from the night before that, right? I'd gotten on in the morning and Bound was still playing 2s. And that went all the way up until like 4 or 5 p.m. So there's been no shortage of grinding out of Optic individually, but their team practice this week, just due to formal moving and whatnot, has been, you know, a little bit off. Renegade and Legend looking for an overextend here. Formal coming back in the bait. Almost getting shut down by Last Shot. That would have been insane. Formal does guarantee some defense in his base, but that flag is moving and cycles home free at this point. They will not only collect that flag, SR might have momentum for another. Hold on, actually. Last Shot in position to get a collection on this. His team is dying, though. Should be able to get this plant. They're going to lose their map space here. Frosty got 2. Did trade with Formal, and it might give Optic a chance to get Car and P. Hey, let's go, Lefty. Good to hear. Have a safe trip. Enjoy your trip. Smash the like button if you're on YouTube. Consider subscribing. We're less than 100 away from 64K. I might be saying that a lot today, just because we're finally closing in on the new milestone. Can I try to do a game with full comm? What do you mean, Beans?
This is the way.
Ty Hood, thank you for the follow. I can't listen to their comms. You're talking about me just like not looking at chat at all for the full game? We're in and out. SR obviously had that flag collection, but being pressured by Optic here. Renegade and Formal. I think Renegade occupying the util right now. Well, Formal up on top mid, going to create an opening for him. Good denial native to last shot, right? Crouching from the bottom of the stairs, finding that high arc. But here comes Legend as well. The bait and switch out of Optic. Formal here too. 3 members of Optic in the util getting aggressive on back blue, and they find all their kills without dying.
That is just good Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo.
My God.
That was a damn good sequence out of Optic, right? They slayed all of them in the back of blue in a single file line, and somehow they have presence in their base for an immediate 4th pull. Swindle, thank you for the follow. Master Phil, 4 months. Prime Gaming, this is the way, man. Thank you for the resub. Picked a good time to do it. Optic making plays here. 3 minutes 50 on the clock. SR do shut down that run. That would have been bad.
This is the way.
Book of Simba. This is the way, man. Thank
This is the
you.
way.
So they will get the return, but a heavy advantage here for Optic. Camo in play as well. Last shot's positioning for that return is going to keep him out of the fight for Camo. It might give Optic a chance to get there faster. Book of Simba, immediate
right
prime
That
sub.
is just damn good Halo.
My God. I like the momentum we got this morning, or this afternoon. Simba, thank you, brother. Welcome to the way. Thank you for the prime sub. We're sitting at 21.06 at a 22 hundo. Keep it coming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Hey, thank you, thank you. Welcome in. We got new emotes coming by next week is the plan, so stay tuned. I know the emotes are not ideal at the moment. New badges and emotes. Final score at SR SSG was
That is
dominant.
just good Halo right
Hold
there.
on.
That is
Glacier!
just damn good Halo.
My God, 5 gifted at a Glacier Wolf. Love to see it. Shagborg, Ray Cum Diffie, Bad Tai Ming, Coltsy, and Tom95. Welcome. Big W's in the chat. Glacier. Love to see a new gifter, man. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Big W. Optic with another flag as well, as we say it, right? Looking to collect and plant that one in. They will get it with 2 minutes 30, 4-1 advantage. It's looking ugly for SR. We don't typically see Optic start with this map, and it's such a comfortable one for Optic to get to play, right? Oddball Livefire is a healthy map for Optic. They do usually win it. CTF Aqua is a good one for Optic. They're starting the scrim with their advantage maps, right? Bad timing. Thank you for the follow. Oh, I get it now. Bad timing. Ah, bad timing. Ah, that's funny. Hey, thank you, Glacier. 2 minutes for 3 flags. It's possible, but not likely. Can they delete last shot, though? Not going to find it. Royal 2 with excellent work to keep him up. A Formal finding the pinch out from P1. He will die in the process, but valuable kill he just earned. Clear kill advantage we can see on the scoreboard here as last shot brings it up, right? Multiple members of Optic with 22 kills. And part of the reason why they're getting out with more flag opportunities. Frosty with a double here. Cycle in position to get a pull. Bound dead 2. That makes it 3 for the 4th. Trapped in the back of the base. They should be pulling it. Fridge spawns right now. Last shot ready for the angle. Royal 2 already walling it off. They've got a good chance to cap this flag, but a minute 20 for 2 more after this. The series is 1-0 Optic, John. 1-0 Optic. It's on under my webcam. There's no way they get the overextend and stop this, right? Legend's already somehow in blue base. Last shot missed the touch off his rotate, and it sits there in the courtyard, and now it's a dicey situation. SR so close to greatness. With 1 minute left, I don't think it's possible anymore. If they had capped that flag, there might have been hope, but somehow, like, Optic getting through P1, cutting them off, that whiff on the flag, and now Formal here to wall off last shot. Not enough to kill him, though. Reversal on a last shot. 43 seconds now. I think it's GG. Cybertron.
That is just good Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo.
My God.
Let's go, Cyber. Thank you for the resub. 4 months. Welcome back. Legend just too quick with it, right? Yeah, last time we watched him on this map, he put on a masterclass. Not just his flag run speed, but his ability to just, rotate from one side of the map to the other and always just be where you don't want him, in a pivotal moment in the game. He was just sitting in blue, up in the upper ledges, denying him. I believe SR has never lost a scrim. Can someone confirm that for me? That is correct. SR has never lost a scrim. The closest they've come was a tie with Optic the first time they scrimmed Optic before the case on land. That was a 7-7. They've defeated Optic twice in scrims now. I think they played a total of 3 scrims together, and this is scrim number 4. Might not be 100% correct there, but I know for a fact that the closest they came was a tie with Optic. Still no Optic POVs. Color me disappointed. All right, we'll add Boo Boo. Or we might not have time to. I don't know, they're loading it.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Call Mike. Thank you, brother. Game 3. Thank you, Drum. SR currently down 0-2. Strongholds, or no, so what am I saying? Solitude, King of the Hill for Game 3, and expect this to happen a few times today, unfortunately. I don't know if it's my internet. It tends to happen with Last Shot's stream because of his internet. Or he might have to pause and replay it. The quality as well, right? Like 720 is the max we're going to get, but at times it's going to kind of fracture like this. Sort of a shame. I want to get the song ready that I have in mind for the next part of this, you know? Please, bro. There we go. Eat my daily baguette. I had a big breakfast and lunch today. Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing real good. I'm ready to lock in. Hype chests on the way. Thank you for the hype train. Early hype train, guys. Let's go. Only SR at the moment. Yeah. Hopefully something changes, but, you know, in the end of the day, as long as we have one POV, we got something. We can keep tabs on the whole action. So big ups to Last Shot for doing this right now. Man, just getting swarmed as we say it, though. Renegade and Legend going to find them from both angles. The interesting thing about Last Shot's POV is how dominant he looks in every other matchup, right? Like, this guy is one of the best in the game. I think it's pretty clear watching his gameplay. But rarely do I see him really start to struggle. I find Optic really puts him in his paces, you know? They've got an answer. They got 1v1 capability that I just don't feel like, you know, is felt when watching Last Shot's POV in other matchups. Covenant Dance is a good one. I got Heretic Hero, like a special remixed version ready to go after this game. Gonna drop him at camo there. Optic transitioning from one hill to the next, like frame perfectly. They're already over half capped on that second hill. This has been a speed run of an Optic Scrim so far. It's kind of crazy. Who won the CTF? Optic won at 4-1.
This is the way.
Optic also won Game 1. It was 100-28, Round 1 Oddball, 100-26, Round 2 Oddball. Insanely dominant. Now, mind you, all three of these maps are pretty good for Optic. This one is closer to a 50-50, I would say, but generally Optic are strong in this map game type. If it was like a Fortress CTF, if it was anything on Recharge, then the things would shift a little bit. Anything on Origin, right? But so far, so good. From a matchup perspective, Optic tend to play well in these maps. Scrimming SR and 4 times Optic's ping. Yeah, that's definitely a thing too. Obviously, Optic have excellent ping. They're in Texas. That's always going to be a factor. Last Shot currently sitting at 36. It's not the end of the world, but not ideal by comparison. I mean, that immediate rotate, though, right? They got 2 hills already with 3 minutes 40 on the clock, which just tells you how clean their coverage of the hill has been so far. Barely any time going by here with 2 hills already capped. Legend and Optic occupying Cafe. Last Shot clearing his corners and snipe before he comes through just to make sure. They got 2 dead. This is a good opening. He can take snipe control off this. Does not need to aggress the hill. And it looks like a player is in sniper, or at least down low. That's the 4th right there, formal. Spawners in tram now as they occupy top yellow. So this is an excellent setup for SR they can use to collect a lot of time. Yep, he sees the spawn and loot. Cafe should be blocked with Frosty and World 2's positioning. Camo coming up here, though, as well. An Optic off their spawn. They can turn that into an advantage for Camo. How the hell is he sniper? I don't think Formal could have split spawn sniper. I don't know. If they put too much pressure on Tram, it could maybe happen, but I want to believe they just pushed it out really quickly. Optic not going to give him any room to breathe here. Big 1v1. Last shot somehow gets deleted by Legend from a stray angle, right? I don't know if he got in from down low. Legend finding a way to turn that into a team fight and then finding Roll 2 off the death cam. Spawn now flipped with last shot spawning in Tram. He's got to find a way to get back to Sniper to create an anchor here, but got to win a 1v1 with Renegade to do it. Renegade will drop him. This is where you start to see, like, even a player like last shot, a top level POV, you know, kind of putting his paces. That was a 3 dead and a hill transfer. They're spawning in Tram now. Got to find a way to, yeah, make sure they win their fights as they push out the lane to save this last second. If they don't get this hill, while time isn't looking so bad so far with 3 minutes, they just have a, you know, a lot to do to make up for this. I mean, ping is still going to be a factor. Obviously, LAN is what matters, and Optic locked it in when it mattered at Arlington. I still I give this matchup a 50-50 kind of coin toss for now. You know, if something more definitive is shown by the end of Dallas, then maybe we can start to change our mind on it. But SR won the last scrim, regardless of what you want to say about ping. Optic looking good so far, and what matters is the LAN. Got him at a 10 ping angle, yeah. You didn't know if your ping's low enough, you get new angles on the map that are not accessible. Oh, this is kind of dicey, bro. A sliver away from a cap for both teams here. Legend with an important kill. He does die, making 3v3. Formal with a kill on Frosty. Numbers advantage Optic as Renegade takes it as well. They'll be taking this third hill with 2 minutes 17 on the clock, and Optic's only objective now is to burn time. That's all they care about, of course, on top of getting that camo. 3-0 advantage with 2 minutes on the clock, and Optic off a sniper spawn, I believe, here with SR's positioning. We'll get access to shock, but maybe not camo. Thank you for the follow. Sorry if I missed it. I think SR coming out with camo in the situation. They got a good setup for the hill. That shock is going to be picked up by somebody on Optic, but they might not live long, right? SR is so far pushed up, they're forcing the spawn space to S1 for Optic and putting pressure on them immediately. World 2 going to pinch that hotel off last shot's call here to make sure Bound doesn't get any room to breathe. He might have split Cafe, and last shot's aware of it with World 2's death, so he's ready to jump for the yard door. Yep, for Legend. There's the shot coming into play. So Optic playing very patiently with that shock rifle. They got a lot of time to make sure they win this game. Frosty with a trade. Bound going to pick one up. They kill Bound. They earn this hill. Beautiful stick. Legend. Legend will drop it, but Royal 2 with an easy trade to make it happen for a 4 dead for Optic and a guaranteed SR hill. The question now is, can they transfer from this to the sniper one perfectly? Optic are spawning snipes, so they got to wipe them out in this area of the map to earn access to this hill. If I'm Optic, we're still burning timer till the end of the game at this point, right? Legend, Bound drops. They got it started pretty successfully here. The remaining 2 members of Optic and a team shot together to drop last shot. That's a smart play. As your team dies, you got to get closer and closer together so you can fight together, right? Team cross and make sure you get any sort of trade. We're going to flip the map, though. SR win the team chow. Camo coming up here. Last shot going to get a presence on it. Somehow Bound lingering. I don't know how he got there, but Bound in sniper, completely catching last shot off guard, finds 2 kills for it. It opens up an opportunity for Optic to get to camo. Bound might have just completely flipped the momentum in the game with that play. Star at a Legend as well. Last shot knowing the camo's in play. Can't get the hill. Beautiful star on Renegade. But that pressure, that opening created out of Bound might be the dagger right here. They got 1 minute. Yeah. No stream from any member of Optic right now. I'm not sure what's going on, guys. Hopefully that changes. I know Formal just moved, right? So he might not have things set up yet. Blondie was saying he's in the office, though, so I don't know. A lot of good hill progress out of SR on Sniper. They do have a good shot to cap this, but can they find bottom mid? He's got a death cam on camo right there.
That is just good Halo right there.
King
that
Titan.
Is just damn good Halo.
Rah. 16 months. King Titan, welcome back, brother. Love to see it. We're death camming that camo player on Optic. Not sure if he ended up dying. 43 seconds. They need to cap this hill immediately, right? Because bottom mid is going to be so difficult to contest without time. Options dwindling here, man. They're already 2 dead. Last shot going to drop as well, and Optic not letting them breathe. 30 seconds to close this hill in bottom mid. I'm going to call it. I think it's over.
This is the way.
I think we're going 3-0 here.
This is the way.
Addicted to Oasis. Thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. Aren't streaming scrims because they want to lock in against their only real competitors. I mean, so far so good. If that's the objective here. 15 seconds, guaranteed win. 3-0 off the rip for Optic. Gives them excellent momentum. If I'm Shopify, do I give Optic like maps like? I mean, obviously your mentality is you want to beat Optic on any map. It doesn't matter what they play. But knowing how they matched up in the past, and if I'm Shopify, I don't really want to give them Oddball Livefire followed by Aqua CTF. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm giving them a huge momentum opportunity from the start of the scrim. I would go like, I don't know. Anyway. Because they're up 3-0 now. SR are a team full of champs, though. I'm confident they're going to bounce back. If we get a Recharge next, if we get an Origin next, if we get a Fortress next, they're going to bounce back. Best man can't stream snipe since none of Optic are streaming. Yeah, because that's the game plan. Here's what I was looking for, by the way. Hold on. It's a citizen watch. Come on, Halo music is elite, bro. Why do you need anything else? Just play this in the esports tournaments. Halo 2 banger. A little bit of GoldenEye vibes. You're right. Yeah. 100% some of the best music in gaming. Might be the best music in gaming, honestly. We got Woodham playing right now. Trippy's POV. Precision's POV for FaZe vs. Envy. And then C9 is playing Collect's team. I'm not sure if anybody on that team is live. And do we even care? This is all we want to see right now. It's hard to fade it out on YouTube. I want to get like a nice, like freaking just perfect fade out. W ads? If you don't want ads, I might know a remedy. It might involve lots of gifted subs. And I wouldn't mind. Such a banger, bro. It's, from Halo 2, the Heretic Hero is the song. This is a special remixed version. Last shot gonna punch it opening off the rip to kill Renegade. Renegade often starts on the map exactly as we saw it. He plays for Shock right away. 0 to you too.
Good Halo right
Heard
there.
my
That
call.
Damn good Halo. My
no
God.
ads for all 10 of you. Let's go 0 with the 10 gifted. Love to see you, man. Thank you so much. Stealth. Hold on. We got to read it, bro. Stealth. Wait, Sethi. X-Loss? What? Stealth Duck, Foxy, Looney Balls, Fatal Demon, Notorious, JG Wavy, Chef Curry, and Zyop, I think. Let's get it. Thank you, 0. Much love, man. Trip cap off the opening at Optic. Now, this is the bounce. Wait, no, off the opening. Shopify. I take it back. This is the bounce back game for SR, right? SR win this map almost every time, especially this game type. I don't think Optic has ever won this map game type versus SR. So this is their absolute bounce back clinic opportunity, right? Just hit a bank with the shock. You can't hit a bank with the shock, I don't think. You can hit a chain reaction with the shock. You can shoot a weapon pad or a stray weapon on the floor and get a chain reaction, right? But you can't hit a bank, I don't think. Saw a sick bank out of Eli X recently. If you guys haven't seen it, I can show it to you after this. Eli hit a bank shot from Armory into top tower on Fortress. It was a game of snipers. But if somebody pulled that off in a tournament, I would lose my shit, man. Bank shot from Armory to top tower in Fortress. Off the floor. Cool. AC hold here for SR with Optic trapped in long haul. We talked about this with Mikwin. It's the last place on the map you want to be trapped is long haul. Can't breathe. You got limited options, and getting out of both sides of long is just a war zone. Optic looking to flip the map here a little bit with Legend taking C, and the fight for A about to ensue here too. Formal's a solo man. He needs help. Here comes Bound with a saving grace once again as he'll shut it down, but Frosty has camo. And Frosty with the cleanup crew to find 2. 1v1 for him here too. Likely. No, Frosty with 3. Frosty somehow finding timing behind Renegade to get the beat down and clean him up as well as they occupy the entire map off Frosty's play. Immediate 5 at a Legend to drop last shot will give them some breathing room, but there's the nade, right? Clean up. Cycle knows exactly where to find them off the death cam. Optic will dive into B to stall the bleeding here, but this is looking pretty damn dominant from SR. They got him scampering right now. I'll show it after this flex. Let's go, Halo fans. We might not have Optic POVs, but the passion doesn't go anywhere, right? Still got to bring it. Please need to listen to Legend on how to play Recharge Strongholds. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely this thing about, like, advantage maps and disadvantage, you know? Like, the picks and bans, if it was in Halo, it'd be a big deal because what it seems like is Optic is getting better at their good maps. And the gap is getting wider, and it seems like SR is getting better at their good maps, and the gap is getting wider. It's 121 to 29, and it's really going to start to be about what's the map and the game type and the layout. You know, unless one team is just playing like a different version of themselves, like Optic was at Arlington, where they won that Origin Slayer, right? Then more often than not, expect to see the advantage team come out and take it. Jersey, welcome in. My day's going excellent. Hope you're doing good. 125 to 34 here. Last shot bobbing and weaving off the bat ledge, looking for an opportunity to stall B. Optic do have a momentum stay for once in the game here with the AC hold. But for how long will it last? Formal getting deleted by 3 angles just about, right? Cycle going to find it from down low. That's a numbers advantage to SR once again. They split the spawns, the pipes when Royal 2 made the wrap through long haul. Bound wasting no time getting involved in A, actually saves the capture. So huge play out of Bound off the pipe split spawn right there. Took advantage of his timing to surprise last shot and get the kill. They find themselves corralled in the back of C here. They're kind of trapped. Optic can work off this momentum. Formal's got to get out of B. Might not have timing. Some great nades and a flank coming in, I think, from Optic to keep him under pressure. Frosty and Royal 2 going to get 2. Renegade with a trade. Royal 2 with 3 and a huge numbers advantage to secure the map here. Last alive is Bound. Bound with... What? Bound is the last guy on the map. Understand that for a second. Seeing his POV in that moment would have been nuts, but him finding 2 separate kills and starring last shot as a solo man is a huge, huge opening for Optic that they take advantage of, right? That would have been at minimum a 2 cap with positioning for a trip cap. But now Optic still hold control, and they've taken the lead. What is happening? 600 on YouTube and only 60 likes? Zach, something's not working over there. We got to get some likes in the YouTube broadcast. Where did Bound come from, right? He was hiding somewhere near Hell, or like in Pipe Store. He popped out, got 2 kills, and saved the entire momentum in the game. Gave Optic a bounce back opportunity, and now they lead with the pacing. Renegade from behind in the long haul going to find it. I think that's a 2v2 on the map here. But the state of the game going to give SR some time. Renegade wins his fight in pipes. Will spawn the team near pipes there as well. So last shot got anticipated as he caps A. 3 seconds to camo. Formal with a very risky play. That might be a scammy play right there at a Formal. Vaporize, thank you for the follow. SR was ready to shoot him. He dives out mid-map with the camo spawning, and then they die with no presence. Camo's going to get collected by SR for free. Formal getting a fortunate spawn. Last shot fumbling his escape and still living. I don't know what's happening here. Renegade will eventually find them. The Formal spawning Heaven Ledge, right? Shuts that down as they go collect the camo. That camo should be on the body of an SR member. I'm not sure. It's getting mixy, though. I just realized... I know you guys... Every time I say that word now, I have to... Gotta remove it from my vocabulary. That's the first time. We gotta get a counter for that. Go die, make a rat play, Bound doing big... Oh, absolutely massive things. Yeah, if your team is 3 dead, the only thing Bound can hope to do is trade something. But him getting 2 kills as a solo man when they're 4 up is like... Almost never happens, you know? it's either a blunder out of the team to not ensure that Mound died there, or it's Bound making an absolute lights-out play, and I want to say it's the latter, which is keeping this game so closely contested, right? AC hold here for Optic as they somehow still have the lead. Crazy fight going down to batteries. Last Shot can contribute here. But they still cap it somehow, so we're looking at a trip cap. Last Shot knows he can't Shall C for free because Renegade already back silo walling it off. He turns and comes back for a pinch to help Frosty instead, but now faces, I think, Legend. Legend getting in tower to shut it down. Renegade with a reset. Renegade going to find 2 off their work in the team play out of Optic. Somehow 1 step ahead of SR. Once again, I don't think they've ever beaten SR in this map game type. So if they do it here, this is some sort of unprecedented win for them. And they're definitely going to be feeling good about it. A key to success for Optic is, are they improving in map game types where they're weaker, right? And so far, it's actually looking that way. 240 and count. They got 10 seconds to break a hill, man. Last Shot, no choice but to step in. And this is where the panic starts to set in for SR. Their opportunities are limited, giving up info to Optic to just drop on their heads and kill them. That's GG's. Optic going to take a Strongholds Recharge, and we're living in an alternate reality where they're getting better at their bad maps, potentially here. Can they win Bomb today? That's my question. Who's trying to watch Envy FaZe? I mean, Envy FaZe is a good matchup. Don't get me wrong, Tim, but safe to say we're a little preoccupied. Sorry for the jump scare. That was loud. You guys want to see a bank shot, yeah? Hold on. 4-0 Optic. What is happening? If someone does this in Dallas, I'm going to lose my shit. Here.
Oh my god! Bro. That was crazy.
That's a Frosty kind of play right there, right? I feel like I could see Frosty or somebody pulling off like a kill like that. That's definitely like that's a lineup right there. And it sort of opens my mind up to the possibilities of it. Obviously, this is not very optimal, but like if that's possible, what about like roof bank shots? Is that a thing? Can I, if I'm in tower with the sniper? This is loud. If I'm in tower with the sniper, can I bank off the roof and shoot dummies? Or is that too sharp of an angle? Let's say that like I'm tower and I'm sightline blocking so they can't even see me, right? Because I can like jump and bank off the roof and then shoot dummies like down low. That'd be nuts. I don't know. Obviously, like the chances of hitting a shot like that are super low. But to what extent can we line shit up to actually make it sort of worthwhile? Optic won Arlington, that's correct. Just showing commitment. Nice that Shyway finally calmed down in the biased commentary. Sure. I don't feel like I've changed at all, but if you feel I am, then that's great.
This is the way.
As Tonic Envy, thank you for the YouTube follow, brother. Welcome. We're waiting for Game 5 here. Optic SR. We've got other scrims currently going down, obviously. Trippy's POV here. I don't want to linger, for too long, but looks like they're in the middle of an Origin CTF. It's currently 1-1 versus Envy. We got Precision's POV for the new Envy roster as well. Top 10 players heading into DreamHack. That's a big question. 10 players? I don't know, bro. Can I give you kind of a lame answer and just say...
That is just good Halo right there.
What's going on here?
Damn good Halo. My
God, George, thank you, brother. Why can't I unminima? What? There we go. George, welcome back, man. 20 months. Happy Friday. Love to see you. Can I just say the top 2 teams, all 4 members? So 8, that's 8 right there. Right? So in no particular order, Bound, Legend, Formal, and Renegade, and all of the SR, Frosty, Royal 2, Last Shot, and Cycle, that's top 8, not in order. Just in whatever you want. And then take 2 out of... I'll grab Stellar and Lucid or something. I don't know. Look, man, it's the best player changes from day to day, right? Like, the only definitive best player answer I can give right now is that Renegade was the best player at Arlington. Like, he deserves MVP for Arlington. But at Dallas, it might be a different story. It might be Frosty. It might be somebody else, you know? So I kind of just wait for the moment because nobody's ever consistently the best all the time, you know? We got a little delay here. I think a safe one is no. We gotta go popular videos. It's just Woodham's POV. Who's my favorite? I don't play favorites. You're my favorite. Hola, PRG. How you doing, man? Welcome. 4-0 Optic SR. First 3 maps, I want to say, were pretty comfy for Optic, so I was kind of giving them like a pass in that regard. But then we played Recharge Strongholds, and Optic just won for, I think, the first time ever. They won Recharge Strongholds. Maybe they shouldn't stream more often, right? Like, I don't know. Nah, I would appreciate it if one of them went live, just so we can get their comms and whatnot, right? We're loading in. Recharge Strongholds was not the bounce back game that we expected, but there's no way that Fortress Bomb isn't the bounce back game for SR. If SR loses Fortress Bomb, I don't know. The whole scrim is done, maybe. I don't even know. They never lose this. Never. It's not even close usually, right? Somehow game 4 wasn't it, but maybe game 5 is the bounce back for SR. I'm expecting a definitive win out of these boys in this one. They're not going live, I think, from what APG said. What was APG's intel? I know that they're in the process of like moving and whatnot. If they haven't gone live already, then yeah, safe to say they might not be going live the whole stream. And Scrim, 3 dead off the rip, right? This is exactly, you know, this is sort of step 1 in SR's dominance on this map is they win the opening strat definitively versus Optic every time. Convert that into a plant using their OS pickup. I mean, nothing like... It's funny because Optic have had that happen to them so many times. There's no way they haven't VOD reviewed the opening strat and studied it, you know? But they still lose it every time they lose this opening strat. And it leads to a bomb plant in less than a minute. It looks easy, right? But you would think without a doubt, they know where these guys are going off spawn. They've seen this. Like, there's no way Lunchbox hasn't seen the opening strat and studied it with the team. SR is just so consistent. Optic did not beat them in Fortress Bomb in Grand Finals. They beat FaZe in Fortress Bomb in lower bracket finals in the lead-up. But they got dominated in Fortress Bomb by SR. That was the one game where SR... That was their bounce-back game in the Grand Finals reset, if you remember. Optic 4-0'd in Grand Finals, reset the bracket, and then Game 2, I think, was Fortress Bomb. And... Or no, it can't be Game 2. But that was their bounce-back game. Fortress Flag. Yes, they beat them in Fortress Flag. That's correct. Fortress Flag was Game 4. Game 1 was something else. It's already 2-0, bro. What is happening? It's crazy how dominant it is to the point where, like, the map is like a throwaway, you know? What good is stream sniping if there's a delay? Nobody's stream sniping. And you're right. Yeah, even 5-second delay in Halo is, like, pretty detrimental to stream snipe, I would think. In a 4v4, right? Because the game's happening so fast. Shot going to try to make his way into tower here. Optic with 2 dead will stagger them a little bit. Maybe give him a defensive opportunity. Frosty's already in the base, which I think is a big key to success in this map, is the more time you can spend inside the enemy base, right? Occupying their attention. The more you alleviate pressure for your team who can push up to center map. Like, Last Shot can come into center and contribute because they have to deal with these players in the back corner. Constantly have their head on a swivel here. YouTube viewers, rise up. Let's go, guys. Good to see you here. Unfortunately, if you are coming to watch an Optic POV, we don't have one today. Last Shot is an incredible POV. You won't be disappointed with his gameplay. We got no comms, so I'll do my best to lock it down in the absence, right? If this map goes anywhere past like 7 minutes, then we're yawning. We're kind of ready. We're ready to get off, you know? For sure, for sure. It can be exciting at times. It definitely has its moments, but it's my least favorite map game type combo. I think most people would agree. That said, with 9 minutes left, is there any hope of Optic actually shifting the momentum in this one? I haven't seen it just yet. Renegade will get an opening kill in this team fight, though, and that will lead to a bomb rotate. What else can they get done? Somehow somebody's in their base, and Last Shot wasn't aware of it. They're going to flip the map here. Royal 2 occupying the opposite side of the map. But the bomb's on the other side, right? OS in 10 seconds here as well. That nade should delete that play. Renegade's so quick! No! Renegade, my god! Right? He sat in the corner while one shot, had the presence of mind to somehow know Last Shot was nading that. Like, he operated that fight as if he was Wallet, right? His timing was so perfect during the nade animation that he repositioned and got enough shields to defeat Last Shot on his way back. Earning Optic the OS. Legend now has it as he gets out. That should give him some sort of an opportunity here. Sheet not in to update the series command. That's okay. Look under my webcam. It's 4.0 currently, Trek. That's the easiest way to see it. Why is this our final at this map? They're very good at getting dual snipe control, and they're very fast to get in the opposite side of the map to create chaos, I guess. And their opening strat must be elite, right? Because they tend to win the opening strat definitively. Are these scrim matches or do they count? Scrim matches are practice. These are scrim matches, Trippy, yeah. If SSG continue to not improve, do I think it's possible they drop? Yeah, I think it's possible their team changes after Dallas if they don't find any progress. We've talked about that quite a bit, Mr. T. Yeah, if there's any game where things start to stalemate a bit, it's this one, right? They got those 2 bombs, like, explosively, man. Like, you know. Not to make a joke out of it, but, you know. Now we're sitting here waiting for anything. They just hate this map. Thing is, like, it's inevitable that you're going to have to play it. This map, I believe, is featured in the Grand Finals bracket reset. Because they already showed the maps and game types in advance of the tournament, right? We looked at it last night. I don't think there's any Fortress Bomb in Grand Finals, but the bracket reset, I think, has a Fortress Bomb late in the series. Optic with a trip. 3 of their members in the base is a guaranteed plan. I'm not entirely sure how they got that opportunity with Last Shot on the other side of the map. By the time he looks at it, they were completely locked down. Not gonna lie, even just getting 1 bomb plant is progress out of Optic that we don't often see. It just tends to feel pretty definitive on this one. Gives me some hope that they might be able to cook a little bit more, but they're already 2 dead. Last Shot with the sniper here. Royal 2 taking presence over the opposite sniper. The bomb is over. It might be over. Gonna snap off one face. Looking for Formal. Formal out front base. Has no choice but to turn in a second. Gonna open things up for Last Shot to maybe get a defensive kill here. Finds Renegade. Frosty the only one alive in the base. And at least getting 2 kills will give Optic some room to take the map back. There's Bound once again, getting involved, right? Bound doing great work shutting Last Shot down in this scrim, giving Optic some opportunities here. That bomb is going to reset in 2 seconds. It reset on its own, right? So that progress towards the capture not going to matter anymore. They got 2 dead as well in the base. Optic kind of corralled here, but they got to get a rotate up. Huge win from Bound, yeah. Bound getting into center map to begin with is a win, but then winning that fight on top of that is exactly what they needed. This might be over right here. I think they have 3 dead. Bomb rotate immediately. Beautiful spawn work out of SR, and that one is guaranteed. It just seems like a matter of time with this map. SR always winning. Optic showcasing some progress in their last game by winning, and maybe in this one by getting 1 plant, but ultimately it's like that's a dominant SR map. And before the scrim gets out of hand, they finally find themselves a win. Not a fun one. Unless you're Shopify. That map looks like a lot of fun for Shopify, I'm not going to lie. They just slay out. Anything oddball, Optic tend to play very well. I want to say that Recharge is their weakest oddball map, just because SR is so strong on Recharge. Streets could go either way. Generally, Optic do play like exceptionally on Streets, but they fumbled a few times in the past, late game, that have led to them losing maps versus SR in these scrims, right? The last time they matched up versus SR, they won this map. We'll see how it goes this time. What was the first map of the scrim? It was Oddball Livefire. I'm inevitable. Yeah, bomb, Fortress Bomb, right? Some Thanos energy these guys got on Fortress Bomb for sure. We got 427 chilling with me on Twitch right now. I sincerely appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out. We do this on a daily basis. We're covering scrims, not just for Optic and SR, but for every single team in the league if we can. Obviously, we prioritize certain matchups. If they're high tier, this is Seed 1 versus Seed 2. We're going to be hyper-focused here. But not just Optic, not just SR, right? We got a lot of different POVs we cover on a daily basis. This one's not even going to be close. SR better. This one is pretty back and forth, like statistically. Optic won it last time. SR won it the time before that. So, really kind of a bit of a coin flip, I'll say, for this one. Though Optic generally play pretty well when it comes to oddball. If this was any other team, I would say definitive Optic win. But I guess top two are so separate from everybody else at the moment that it's kind of a safe thing to say. Is there anywhere to get the pro settings? Or do you just have to ask him in stream? The most straightforward way would be to ask them. I don't think that there's like... there used to be like a cumulative Reddit like thread, like document that had updated pro settings. I don't think that that's still happening. So your best bet would be to... yeah, to like go to individual chats. And they don't all tell you, right? Like if you go to Bounds chat and you type settings, it'll like tell you, it says you'll never be me or some shit like that. He just like egos you. If you look for Bound settings, he just hits you with some ego. But he plays on 4, 6.5, 6.5, I believe, with 15 threshold and zeroed like 1 dead zones, basically 1 axial, 1 center with 15 threshold on aim and movement. Wonder how Nemesis will do. Yeah, Nemesis definitely a question mark. I think Mikwin was saying that they might not be boot camping. Nemesis, or APG, I think was saying they might not be boot camping. Like Z10, I think is boot camping for Dallas. Nemesis, if Nemesis aren't, then they won't have as much time to adjust to the time zone change and to practice and prep for Arlington, or sorry, Dallas. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. No problem, Worm. First setup of the game, going to go to SR and some spawn awareness out here out of last shot. SR occupy this setup pretty often, where they push the map out far and get up in the C stairs to block C and force a B red room spawn while they have somebody sit on Heaven Ledge. Last shot turning 1 into 2. That was a beautiful sequence right there as he drops on him. Formal somehow splitting out PD, but will get pinched and collapsed on. Good survival at a last shot as they guarantee their wins with no trades. I take it back, right? Renegade and Formal finding trades, somehow getting away with that and staggering SR, giving the remaining 2 an Optic an opportunity to push this quickly. I think a true key to a top-level player is your ability to earn trades at a deficit. Renegade with a massive 1v1 win as well. Optic completely flip it, and it's their turn to get a setup. Can they trade this? Big trade at a Renegade. That's 4 dead for SR. C-spawn's guaranteed. They got to move uphill for a chance to break this. Expect them to double hit a lane. They're going mid, bro. John wins those. Yeah, I mean... Like, Renegade, his ability... See how he finds these freaking angles and reacts so fast, right? He's checked out last shot 3 separate times here. 1 from A, 1 from P Street, and then from A again. Finding him well weak and isolating him instantly. Like, Renegade was in 2 fights in A in that first kill, and he snapped from the guy he was fighting to Heaven Ledge because he knew last shot was weaker. Legend with 2, Bound with the 3rd, leaving Cycle alone here, and Optic with a chance to set up again if they lock him down quickly. He's got Death Cam for any intel on the side of the map. Cycle just made a huge play. He won his 1v1 with Renegade, keeping them off of the ball, preventing their setup here, and SR have a chance to attack. That ball might reset on its own. It's been sitting there for a while. There's a chance it can They got to touch it. It reset. I literally called that shit, right? It's seconds away from resetting. Before they touch it, that was their setup opportunity that they lost. And Optic are now rotating ball off that. That's fucking insane. So somebody in SR should know it's going to reset. Like, best men should be calming the shit out of that, and they should be fast to touch it because they just lost this engagement because it reset. Right? Like, there should be a timer in your head. If that ball sits back A for that long, obviously they're preoccupied, but like, this reality is only possible because of that ball reset. Now, Optic taking advantage of it with 39. Just chaos in C right now. Frosty Royal 2 coming out on top of the fight. They should be able to get the ball back to C. But if last shot is spawning here, it tells you that they're getting pushed out. They're flanking C, yeah. How long is the reset timer? Yeah, I think it's around 30 seconds. Lunchbox would have been on that. I mean, Best Man is an excellent coach, too. I don't know. You would think that would be the dialogue in that moment, though. Don't have to look so happy about it? Nah, but... You're right, you're right. I gotta just, like, another day, you know, it's calm, cool, collected. I just read plays, bro. Freaking Tony Romo this shit. I see it before it happens. 30 seconds. So that play was critical because with the limited time on the board here, that lead gives Optic an opportunity to stall the timer. They're losing this team fight, though. Spawners in C. Last shot occupying a lot of space here, too. They don't want to split anything. You might want to double back. Your PD's now open. So just aware of it, looking to cut off PD if you can, but Optic finding 3. 26 seconds left, and last shot has no options with camo in 5. He can't even get presence or an angle on it. He's given up his positioning to Legend now, who will keep him trapped here. Optic, if they're playing this correctly, should already have camo. Looks like they don't. It's going to be a war at B with 10 seconds left in front of that ball as they have it in back A. I'm not sure if Optic rotated it there on purpose, but that was smart. Are they winning the team fight, though? SR going to need 3 seconds to touch it. They didn't make it. Renegade, maybe hiding in Cafe. Might have just saved that. I don't know where Renegade came from. They had an opportunity at the final second. Cycle was beelining for that ball, and I think Renegade was baiting it. He came up with a double kill. He's a dog. Yeah, last second Renegade maybe hiding a commando in Cafe. I'm not sure, but stealing the win out from under them. Oh, I do like this map. The only criticism is that it's small, right? The spawns are easy to collapse on. The pacing is very fast-paced and chaotic, and the spawns have a tendency to flip because of how tiny the map is, but W Renegade off that play, 100%. SR going to collect ball off the opening strat, though, so whatever they did was highly efficient. If you start on the high side of the map, which I can't remember if they did, I think they might have, you have an opportunity to rotate the ball off your opening really quickly. Cycle took that advantage, and he got 14 uncontested seconds before they even got around to Slay, so good work at a Cycle. Yeah, I think it might be the best looking map. I think that's a good, one of the best looking maps without a doubt. Good color lighting and color variety and whatnot, right? Visual variety. As for Oddball, yeah, it's kind of exhausting to play an Oddball sometimes. Maybe for the scrims, but I feel like matchmaking, I enjoy playing it. Personally. Optic trying to find advantage to rotate through B here. Got to win the team fight to get access. Formal dead to rights. 3v3, I believe. Legend diving into PD. No holds barred, right? Like, Legend knows these players are weak off the info, and he's not afraid to get involved. Cleans up 2 kills, giving Optic a ball pickup opportunity. Renegade finding Royal 2, and they're staggered off last shot spawn. We got nukes going off here. Frosty with 2. Frosty with 3, maybe. Is he getting the over? Not quite. Formal going to shut him down. Denying Frosty, I believe, on the overkill right there. We got 1 player in PD that Cycle should have the advantage on. He'll trade with Legend. Bounds so fast on the map. A little too fast for his own good? Maybe not, right? Even solo queue Oddball? Yeah, I don't know. I know you guys have nightmares of solo queue Oddball. I feel like I'm very good at capitalizing on timing, like tempo plays, and spawn killing in this map, personally. Like, I understand the spawns really well on this map, so I find it fun because I can just slip slide around here. It can be annoying to play for sure, but I don't know. I think when you understand what it takes to split the spawns and then what's open and like always kind of being on top of that, you can definitely dominate really hard in this map, and that's satisfying. Dude, Optic just win their 1v1s. Right? Like, the speed that Legend just came out and starred last shot was insane. Slid down, 7-shot demand instantly.
This is the way.
No opportunity to return fire.
This is the
Elskar, thank you for the comment. Welcome.
This is the way.
Baum had a critical 1v1 on last shot. Legend did the same thing, and it neutralizes any opportunity SR had to get a comfortable setup. They'll collect the ball for a few seconds here. We still got plenty of time on the clock, so SR could bounce back. Renegade, Legend, Bound, all going to get involved, though, together. And Bound just beating down walls. He's got a vendetta or something in the back of PD. 50 seconds to count here and spawning them as far out as possible. Comfortable position for Optic. Renegade already ripping faces with that Stalker control. 25 to camo here as well. SR going to want to flip the map and get ready for camo if they can with the timing in this situation. Big 1v1 win. 2 stars on the feed. Frosty last shot win their fights. This gives them camo advantage to collect the ball and set up for camo here too. I like this. They're going to spawn on B, so they have no camo angle, right? Cycle's playing deep into C to spawn them B, so they've got no way to easily chow the camo here. Yeah, let's see how this works. Flash shot occupying 2 angles with Cycle in the back of B with the Stalker, ready to shoot anybody who tries to defend that camo. Love that reposition out of last shot, but somehow not going to defeat Bound there. Bound making it chaotic by getting access to P Street. He does die to Royal 2. Where's the camo? Gotta love the use of the G-slide mid-fight, right? Like, last shot can cut angles and slip off of the vending machine in that corner just to make it chaotic. Bound always does that, punching the walls. Yeah, Bound's been causing, you know, a lot of commotion for sure. His ability to find, like, moments of, like, freedom to push out lanes, right?
This is the way.
Like, he'll get hit by angles and he'll find his timings really excellently.
This is the way.
Prune Soup, thank you for the YouTube follow. Which puts him, like, right in last shot's face despite the setup that they had, right? He'll, like, work off Formal, work off his team, and then there he is right in last shot's face. Not going directly for camo in that situation. SR doing a good job closing the gap, though, man. Only 4 seconds away from bringing this back to a tie. Picking up off Royal 2's comm. Legend! They traded somehow. Legend's always got an answer in the 1v1. He got 5'd earlier, but this time he comes back with a vengeance. And that leaves the ball in the center of the map here. Once again, we're looking for Slays for an opening. They win 1 team fight. SR take the lead. This should guarantee it. I feel like there might be some missed opportunities for SR to collect ball, right? Like, I wonder if last shot needed to pinch that when they were 2 dead. Like, maybe he could have gone ball and trust his team to get the kill. Because now somehow Legend getting behind it. Ball rotate going out for Optic here. And Optic remain elusive. Ball getting out through C. Maybe not. Renegade getting in last shot's face. They know exactly where he is. Really putting the sidekick to work in this game, right? In the 1v1 fight in close quarters, the sidekick has a much faster TTK. If you're accurate with it, you spam it like Renegade just did, you can really rinse a few players. Formal has 2 in the... Formal with 3! That could have been Formal's over. Renegade going to take it. And that's ball for Optic, you would think, with 3 up right now. Here we go. A little late on the ball grab. He'll try to rotate it to C with some coverage from his teammates, but they're all spawning PD right now. Formal gets through. Cool. Comfortable ball time opportunity for Optic, at least for now. Legend wide on the B perimeter, looking for an early challenge angle without getting doubled, right? He gets out through red room. Royal 2 going to chase him down. 53 seconds. Formal, that's where he works best, right? Look at all the chaos Optic is creating around the map, and where's Formal? He's just sitting in the C balcony. Just shooting from C balcony, finds 2. SR winning this team fight, though, I believe. Spawner should be Cafe, and last shot can cut it off as they rotate through this window. Yep. Cafe to back A. He's going to be in his tires. I think he tried to stick him last second. 30 seconds now. Yeah, absolutely shredded. I mean, it is interesting, right? Because we're used to last shot just dominating everybody he plays against. But the only time I see him really, you know, tested is against Optic. They just go 3 dead. 14 seconds. That might be GG right there. That's GG. Legend going to wipe out Frosty. Take a double to seal it out with less than 10 seconds 2 rounds back-to-back. A confident win for Optic. 5-1 now. Crazy scrim at Optic right now. It's a shame nobody's live for it. But a crazy, crazy scrim at Optic right now. 5-1. Yeah, you can see Bound just out in the courtyard of C, right? Like sliding around. Legend on the side of the map in Red Room, like knows how to play his fight so well that he can anticipate the double chow and back off early enough to cause a lot of distraction to stay alive, right? And then Formal just set up in C Balk with all the chaos in front of him, picking his targets, right? He doesn't have to move. He just has to hit his shots, and that's what he does best. So that kind of like complementary kind of chemistry and the way it all goes down, that's what gives Optic the advantage in those sequences. The 1v1 capability out of them is what's been so surprising, though. We're seeing it on the receiving end. The use of the sidekick in that game. Like, my God. For new viewers, you should add Arlington rankings for the score. Right now, this is first seed Optic versus second seed SR. Yeah, I don't know if there's a convenient way to do it right now. But I do appreciate all the new viewers. If you're watching on YouTube, we are less than 100 subscribers away from 64K. Trying to hit a new milestone. I would sincerely appreciate it if you guys sub. We are at 2123 Hundo subs on the Twitch in the meantime as well. Trying to break some records there in time for Dallas, right? We're going to lose like 1,000 of you guys and then try to break a new record at Dallas, but we'll see. Has SR ever lost to Scrim? They have not. SR has tied Optic in the past. They've never lost to Optic in a Scrim. Crispy Bush. Thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome. This is Frosty's map. Yeah. Bounce back game or opportunity here for SR. Definitely. Frosty plays excellently on this map. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one. Or sorry, that's an enemy with the sniper, right? That was a yellow player occupying it off the opening strat here. Bound going to punch an opening with the help of Formal to Rockets. That team cross, right? Insanity. Lighten them up across the map, giving Bound access to the rocks. He didn't get to use them, though. He dropped into bottom mid. We got a scramble going on down bottom mid. I'm not sure where those rockets went. Cycle might have gotten out with them in the corner. I think I see it in last shot's peripheral. And SR can use that to their advantage if that's the case. Just dodging nades left and right. Royal 2 with instant kills on the feed. Not sure how that worked out. A star leaving Formal last alive here. Formal dead as well. That's a flag.
This is the way.
Gotti, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. Let's go.
This is the way.
The timing of that exchange was perfect. No sight lines available for Optic to shut that flag down. They get 4 dead in quick succession. That's the last thing you want to see if you're, either of these teams is to die together. You got to die in some sort of a stagger with some trades. Les, with the YouTube, thank you, man. Welcome. I appreciate you. A minute 30 into the game, and already it's looking comfortable. Cycle did have rockets. We're seeing it on the feed now. Anthony with YouTube. Let's go, Anthony.
This is the way.
Welcome, welcome. This is the way, guys. Cycle might have one more rocket. Last shot with some sneaky-ass movement. Rob with the YouTube follow. Love to see it, guys.
This is the way.
There's ledges all around the upper areas of the base here that Last Shot can navigate. He's very slick with his movement. Gives him an angle opportunity. What a rotate. What insanity. The rotate, bro. He hits the G-slide off the wall to get into silver. The flag bounces awkwardly, and he works that in his favor, right? Slipping past the silvers, catching the flag off the bounce somehow. PRG with the $2. Hold on. I know. I see what you're saying, brother. Thank you for the $2. I don't want to confuse people by saying number 1 and number 2 beside the names on the green text. I think I'm just going to keep it the way it is for now, brother. But thank you for the $2. Yeah, some insane movement with that flag. Like, the flag bounce could have been chaos, but Last Shot kind of navigated that beautifully by still catching it, getting past the silvers. Optic finding a way to make this chaotic, though. Saving this. Last second. Getting the return. And still putting pressure on them in their base. What is happening? Legend just dunked on it. I looked away for a second. I'm wondering what happened, right? Like, how did they save the flag? Somebody must have made a huge play. And I guess it was Renegade. Legend. Now Renegade getting the back smack. Legend with that pull has a clear advantage to cap that one. Somebody's in there. Cave as well. I think that might be bound. Bro, shit's happening so fast. I can't even... Optic gonna contest it with Cave and Top Cat control. Going to preoccupy Shopify. They turn to address Cave. They get their head shot off by Legend. Optic on top of all the angles right now. Getting that with rockets here too off the death cam. Royal 2 gonna trade Renegade in the cave. But where's those rockets? If Optic play patiently, they can guarantee a couple picks here. Legend with Royal 2. Rocket's not working at all. I think he just shot them both. Bound sort of fumbling that. Either way, 1-1 with 8 minutes. I know I do appreciate the super chat, but I'm just gonna operate things the way that's simplest right now for everybody. Love when Formal just stands still and squares up, outshoots. Yeah, he does definitely do that well. This should be a flag. Cycle dominating with the commando center map is the dagger to ensure that one goes in. 7 minutes 30 and no wasted time. Royal 2 with an immediate rotate off Optic stagger. This is excellent at SR.
This is the way.
Nova with the $10. We're locked in, bro. Gavin, thank you for the YouTube follow. Nova, you're breathtaking, brother. Hold on. Wait, where is it? Where's the noti? Gazzy Gaming with the follow. Thank you, Gazzy. Somehow they didn't take it out the window. Let's go, Nova. I'm not seeing the notification, Nova. $10 super chat, man. I love to see it. Thank you so much. Holy. All right, looking like a dead flag at this point. SR trying to create a second rally off that flag. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It got like caught up in the other follow noties or something though. Watch my sense video. Hopefully it was helpful, guys. Ooh, this is good. Last shot recognizing the timing that he has off the 2 dead here. I'm surprised he's wrapping the full cave and not just going straight for pole. Now he doesn't have timing for pole. He's going to have to slay them one more time. Somebody occupying back base. Maybe that was his concern, right? Like, where's that third? Formal might have been hiding back base that whole time. I wouldn't be surprised. No problem, Gazzy. Not sure who collected the rockets in this exchange. Renegade getting out with a sneaky pull through the elbow while it happens. Cutting the sight lines. Bound out in front courtyard being difficult to kill. This is what he does best. Look at this guy. He's still alive. Bound still up. Gets his shields back. Formal now here. Formal gonna die to Frosty. Frosty takes 2. Legend from the Rockets will secure it. And here we are in a tie game with 6 minutes. It's anyone's. No matter what the map is, whether it's advantage or disadvantage for Optic, I guess minus Fortress Bomb, Optic are looking real good today. They're looking real confident in any map right now. Or will they seal it out? Formal with 2 on the feed here. Royal 2, last shot split. Random rocket. I'm not sure where it got picked up from, how long it's been in play. But Formal get max mileage off that, giving Optic sniper advantage. Legend gonna trade out with Royal... No, he wins the fight with Royal 2. Cycle with Bound. Where's the sniper? I think Cycle might have it. Another flag being pulled. It's got to be Renegade overextending. Renegade killing Frosty, I think, on the elbow. He might still be moving that. Formal up on the catwalk and a delete. Last shot with the help of Bound. 3 up for Optic right now. I think it's Renegade. He cuts his angle to send it to bottom mid. It's a bit of a stagger, awkward pull. Last shot knows exactly where to chow off his spawn. He could be the saving grace for Optic here with that position of the flag. They should have return. Not just return. They have a pull opportunity. 4 dead Optic. Spawner's coming up now. He whiffed the flag. That's enough to stall him and cancel out his opportunity. Maybe. Running it. Will get tagged through silver. He dies in the process. He lost 2 seconds. Maybe. Right? That 2 seconds is a big deal when you're playing against Optic. They'll shut down that flag. They're getting a counter to the counter now. They're on his elbow. Yep, Renegade on the elbow again. Overextending. Optic a little staggered right now with Legend dying. Renegade gonna have to play patiently from the elbow with the rockets now spawned up as well. Doesn't want to die here. Formal's dead too. SR created an opening through the right side of the map, leaving Renegade solo. They can collect the rockets and map control unless they don't kill Renegade. Renegade just went crazy. Delete slash shot without a trade. Legend finds his. Renegade and Legend work together to kill Frosty. Renegade gonna collect flag off the death cam. What the hell is going on? Last shot can't get the kill. He's got a snap. Beautiful headshot. He'll save it. Renegade winning that 1v1 opened things up massively for Optic. They got to have the rockets here too. Legend with 4 separate kills. Critical kills to make this happen. Cycle dead. Frosty, I think, last alive with the flag out. That's GG. That might be GG. Last shot doesn't have timing. He's getting killed from the elbow. Renegade and Legend Off that elbow play, the Rocket Collection opened things up for the team to dominate. Holy shit. Legend went nuts at the end of that. His POV at the end would have been disgusting. He was all over the map. Just causing chaos, right? Creating opportunities for Optic. Wow. Six one. Wow. Yeah, Optic have a Texas ping advantage. That is not false. That is a thing. Optic have never beaten SR in scrims, despite that ping advantage. No stream buff? Maybe. Leffery.
That is just good Halo right there. That is just
Damn good Halo.
My God.
You could say that again, Leffery. Thank you for the sub, brother. Welcome back. 2 months. Love to see it. Legend Renegade on the same team is just decimation. Everybody doing their job in that one.
This is the way.
Stungy, thank you for the follow. Bound living in front base, like before that, just see him stay alive. Hiding behind that pillar in the front of the base, right? Open things up in a huge way for the second flag they capped.
This is the way.
This is the
PVR
way.
Harvey, thank you for the follow.
This is the way.
I'm locking in so hard, I feel like I'm visibly sweating right now. I'm not gonna lie. We're putting in work for you guys, but I love this shit. Game 7? Game 8. We're speed running through this. This is the halfway point in the scrim, just about. Game 8 as we enter live fire, Strongholds. Between Recharge and live fire, Optic, I would say, are stronger here. SR definitely stronger on Recharge. Rosend, I think. Thank you for the follow. But SR didn't win Recharge today, which was surprising, right? So I'm not really sure what to make of this. I want to say it's a toss-up. What a play, bro. Holy shit. Last shot off the QT, jumps to the outer ledge, a B, and a 360 drop on what? Formal's head? To guarantee it, he's still holding B here. We'll find Legend as well. Nasty play. Gonna go watch Legend's film. That was insane. Pull the theater up, guys. Yeah, if you ever want to watch these guys' POVs, their theater, at least one of them should have their custom games accessible. I think Legend's custom games are. Insane sprint strafing out of last shot here, right? He's sprinting and peeking around the pillars to try to make himself impossible to hit, but it just doesn't seem to be enough. Optic gonna find a trip cap early in the game, and Bound this time with a sniper. Gonna blame Frosty. Legend with a headshot kill as well. Last shot Optic go bottom mid in this situation to cut as many sight lines as possible and link up with Cycle. I like this rotated last shot. YB, thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome.
This is the way.
Best play he could have made in that situation was what he did, right? Like, straight to bottom mid, try to work off Cycle, the only surviving teammate, so that they can create an advantage to open things up for World 2 and Frosty to collect a hill, stall the bleeding. But Optic right now controlling the pace of the game. Renegade walling it off for pillars, Formal up above. Will find the headshot. Formal turning 1 into 2 and a quick 4 dead. Immediate 4 dead. Alleviating the map and making it easy to spawn trap them in OS. Yep, spawning in OS here. The whole team spawning in OS for SR. Wait, no, World 2 split mud somehow. Legend and Formal drop 2. Renegade from top tower, gonna occupy it. Last shot trying to double up with Cycle. Beautiful pre-nade on Bound. Will slow things down. Finds 2. Incredible play at a last shot. Gonna make things easier for SR. They should be able to save, stall the pressure for a second here. Need a sprint straight fit. I know, bro. I know, man. Every day I'm coaching and streaming, and I just never make time for it because I'm always tired after freaking 8 hours of Halo grinding every day now. It's looking like an OG speed run. Low key. Surprisingly, yes. Last shot coming out with camo and a BC hold gives SR their first momentum state, I want to say, in the game. They know he's here. Optic sent 4 out A, right? They sent 3 out big door and A plat and a 4th out A plat all at the same time. Last shot thinking he had an opening off Royal 2 there. Quickly recognizing he didn't. Immediately stopped shooting, and that wasn't enough to not tip him off, right? It's like when you're playing like Splinter Cell and the AI like catches you, you know? What is it? What's the Metal Gear sound? Does the quality look on Twitch look so much better than YouTube? Hopefully it's not so much better. The quality on Twitch sets the quality for the broadcast, and the YouTube is like a restream of my Twitch, JK. So generally YouTube is going to be slightly worse. The quality of last shot stream is low by default and fluctuates. So sometimes I'm limited by the last shot stream, right? So keep that in mind. Yeah, SR having a surprising amount of trouble today. I'm not sure what's going on. They've never lost to Scrim. They're insanely confident when it comes to Scrim. So showing their human side a little bit here online today. Optic not live for the first time in a Scrim. Optic is always live for their Scrims. And Optic might be playing the best they have ever. I hope this is not an indication that they should stop streaming. They better keep streaming, right? Like, I don't care if, you know, they maybe don't play as well or what. But the Optic streams are appreciated. Earlier, the rumors of him... What about the rumors? There's no world Formal would. Yeah, I see Formal continuing to stream. I mean, Optic understands how important it is for the community, the content creation, you know? Yeah. I like this out of SR. Good bout of momentum here. 2 dead for Optic. Quickly going to be 3. Trip cap opportunity for SR with the last player exposing themselves. Last shot, not going to worry about it. Cut off what could be a split spawn here back tower. Yeah, wrapping all the way to back tower thinking that was the open spawn, but dummies ended up being it. So now he's got to pivot his play. He team spawned somebody mud here. World 2 with a kill on Bound. They still are on top of them in their timing. Great momentum state out of SR here. Still cooking them. Renegade gets a trade in B, and they get a reset. That's a huge reset on a Renegade. And that gives them a temporary advantage. Forcing last shot into the B hill. Legend, can he live here? Legend somehow avoiding the nade.
This is the way.
Last shot will delete him.
This is the way.
Blake, thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome. No, I'll be live streaming the full DreamHack event. I have no plans to go. I went to Worlds last year, so I'd like to go this year. Rain. But we'll be live the full event, right? We go max passion. And I think the beauty of watch partying is we don't miss anything. So I'll be casting anything I can get on my screen, right? Any drama that comes up mid-tournament, we're on top of it, you know, so it's... Feel free to hang out with us next weekend. Sounds good, Skull Crusher. Excited to have you guys. Historic weekend of Halo. Arlington was so insane that I'm not sure anything will be able to top it, but safe to say expect the unexpected when it comes to Halo tournaments. And Halo Scrims apparently too, because what the hell is going on, right? 210 and counting off the trip cap from Optic. SR so heavily staggered at this point that they can't afford another mistake. Optic will win the game off another mistake at this rate. Bound going to get absolutely rinsed, though.
This is the way.
Crank, Lavish.
The way.
Thank you, brother. Welcome. Pressure from an Optic looking pretty next level for sure. Renegade in the 1v1 forces the trade. Renegade recognizing his disadvantage in that 1v1 opts to go for the trade. And Optic might have an opportunity off that if they can win this too. The late jumps off the back of tower. Is that Bound? That's Legend. Legend climbs up tower, drops off, late jumps for like a slight angle on World 2, right? To hit him. That looked nerdy. Comes out and wins the fight. They collect C4. Last shot here now. That's probably just chalk for moving. Plus we slept in our empty apartment floor last night. No. Okay. Sounds good. Or, I mean, that doesn't sound good, but the understanding why they're not streaming. Good to hear. Maybe Formal should sleep on the floor more often because they're playing insane right now. I don't know. Something's different today. Isn't that what they do in Japan? They sleep on the floor on like a mattress. That's the way. 2:30 and counting, less than 20 seconds to close it out here, and a huge gap to make up for on SR's side. All this time at the desk screen is critical. Camo in play. SR maybe an advantage to get to it, but Renegade with the opening pick. 3v3 on the map right now. World 2 going to create some space for last shot. To get out with that camo 2A should have an advantage in this fight. But he's getting double chowed. How does he play this? They know for a fact he's here. Bound shoots the nade beside him, forces the beat down with the kill. Nicely done. He's like, what can I do to expose this man? Man, I'm going to shoot the nade. Straight nade to the floor. That's it. Just about. 248. They cap anything is GG's. Last shot getting tagged from mud off his spawn. GG's. It's 3 dead right now. They'll trade. Yeah, they has no choice. He has to chow it. 7-1. What is happening? Look, man, damn good Halo is competitive, right? Damn good Halo is like Optic win, Shopify win, Optic win, Shopify. You never know, right? This is like we're inching into. This is not what's going on, right? Like I'm gonna start SR fanboying in a second here because we want SR. They got to pick it up a bit, man. 7-1 is crazy. We're chilling right now with over 500 Twitch and over 900 on YouTube. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much for hanging out. Wow. We're listening to, what is it? We're the Desperate Measures, Halo 3 ODST soundtrack, banger song. Optic have awoken. Putting on a show today. And they're not even live, bro. Envy up 3-1 versus FaZe right now with one tie. FaZe have been struggling in scrims the last, week, man. Complexity had a near tie scrim with FaZe yesterday, 7-6 scrim. Now Envy is up on FaZe. A little bit worried about FaZe. We've had all of our focus on SSG and their problem, but FaZe isn't exactly, looking like a definitive top 4 team right now either. So, a lot of question marks coming into Dallas with every team outside of the top 2. Get those likes up on YouTube. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, and any subs. We're almost at 64K, less than 100 away. Subscriptions on YouTube if you guys wouldn't mind. Showing some love. Game 9.
This is the way.
Never thought we'd be here like this. Beamish, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. The average scrim is about 14 games. According to the stats currently, Optic being 7-1. SR, if they don't win everything from here on out, there's a chance that they've already lost this scrim with no hope of a tie. Right? Insane. Right, depending on whether or not they play Slayers, the average scrim is at least 14 games. So there's a chance that Optic are already in win position for the entire scrim. King of the Hill recharge. A lot of back and forth off the open as expected, but it looks like SR win it definitively. 4 dead Optic. Shock collected. I think it was Royal 2. Cycle. No, Frosty. I take it back. Frosty with the shock and to find a star. A formal. Bound's awareness kind of elite there. Bound somehow knowing if he spawns long that the enemy's occupying C. I don't know. He just slid out and chowed C plat while SR was in batteries in the hill, right? Somehow Bound knowing to fight C there off his long haul spawn. Formal said SR don't play Slayer against them. Yeah, that's what he said. But at the end of the scrim, Frosty and the team, said they asked him if they'd be down. They actually were down to play one Slayer at the end of the last scrim. But Optic was, looking to get off, I guess. I don't know. So they just decided to get off. But yeah, apparently, traditionally, they don't play Slayer versus Optic. They were open to it last time. Yeah. They ended it at 14 games last time, I believe. Yeah. It was 7-6 scrim, SR with one tie. So last time they played, it was a 14 games. Every scrim they played has been a 14 game scrim. So unless something changes, Optic wins one more game, they win the scrim. And so far, it's been insanely dominant. Playing for real when it doesn't. Just giving crucial intel when it doesn't count. They're supposed to hold back. They're not supposed to show this version of themselves, right? Nah. This will be the last time that Optic and Shopify play before Dallas.
That is just
28 cakes later.
That is just damn good Halo.
My God. Resub. 5 months. Love to see you. Thank you, 28 cakes. I appreciate you, man. SR coming out with a confident first hill. Off their map control, Bound and Formal will find their picks, giving them an opening to control the second, but not safe just yet. Royal 2 lingering on the stack is going to slow that play down and give him a pinch opportunity. Royal 2 does die. And spawning in pipes here. Last shot opting to push A. Interesting. I don't know. Thorzen, I don't know what's going on. A little unexpected. With the rate that they're capping it, it might make sense to linger in A. They have a numbers advantage to push this out, though. No, so they might as well flip the setup. Somebody's got to be alive back C, you would think. Hiding in the box? No. What the hell is that? It's like some Matrix. They're back to back in the back of silo instead of hiding in the typical locations, right? Like if you're trying to play your life back silo, you're like hiding behind a box. You know, those are the typical rat spots. But they're just like standing, shooting together in the open in the back of silo. Slush, welcome. Yeah, looking real good. So like I said, though, this is the last time that Optic and SR scrim before Dallas. This will be the highest level matchup that we watch before Dallas. It doesn't mean it's the last scrim that we watch. Shout out to APG. APG had mentioned that Optic have other scrims planned. I think they might be playing Genji, Ether, and Z10 before Dallas. Z10 is the European team that I believe are coming over to boot camp slightly in advance of Dallas. So that could be an interesting one. But this is the real heater matchup and the last one before Dallas. I don't think SSG. Remember, SSG is not scrimming Optic right now. I think that was their choice. I'm not sure. Optic coming out with the second hill. Not quite a setup opportunity. Oh, wait, yeah, not quite a setup for next, right? Frosty and SR with the setup advantage for next hill. Occupying A. Last shot with no wasted time. Get a pinch out long haul here to find Bound. And wait for his shields to come back before he collapses on this one. Legend with World 2. What? Renegade with the combo? You thought he had the answer, but last shot finds the first beatdown to win it. Formal said SSG won't scrim them? Yeah, that's what he said, apparently. This has happened before. SSG in the past have elected to not scrim their best competition, their top competition. Like, I think as a... You know, it could be for a variety of reasons. But interestingly, they're playing SR. They played SR quite a bit, right? So... Obviously, there's more relationship ties, I would say, between the SR teammates and SSG, maybe. Renegade with the ping advantage there. Didn't look like it. Man got slapped. That insta-flow might connect. Renegade coming out with Frosty somehow living up in Whirlpool while Bound occupies Gold and Formal in A, right? 2 tap in each target as he susses out the angles here. Got to work off Gold with Cycle making his way through. Yeah. Last shot needs to find the fight to open things up. They do this a lot. The timing of their push, it didn't work. This worked flawlessly on SSG yesterday. Or, like, just recently. They hit out 1 goal, 1 bottom mid, 1 top cat, and last shot flies out the window of tower at the same time that they hit the lanes. So they all do it simultaneously and shoot pipes. That's what last shot does. It shoots through pipes to get the whirlpool. And that's like their setup break, right? That's an excellent coordinated setup break.
That is just
Eternal.
good Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo.
My God.
6 months in advance. Eternal. Love to see you, brother. Thank you. But Optic stop it in their tracks, right? That was an excellent counter out of Optic to get them 2-1 here with 2 minutes. Fusion, thank you for the follow. 6 months in advance is nuts, brother. Thank you so much for the support. Already not in scrim if they show their salvage. All right, anyway, yeah, really good. We can, you know, speculate all we like, but it's their decision, and hopefully it benefits them. Safe to say, you know, uphill battle for SSG right now just based off scrim scores. Optic has I think they have beaten SR in this map game type. Strongholds, I would have said no until today. This matchup, I would give a slight edge to SR.
This is the way.
Vivian.
This is the way.
Thank you for the YouTube follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Less than 2 minutes on the clock here. 3 dead for Optic. Easy advantage state to occupy Hill. SR going to get away with a lot of time here. Optic have 1, like, effective push, maybe, to break this before we're looking at an OT type of sequence coming up here for the bottom mid hill. Last shot and team are also well positioned for this next hill on C plat. You want that anchor. Where do I rank Envy? In online play, you never know. I would put Envy in top 8 at the moment. Around that. Top 8 to maybe even 12, which I know sounds kind of savage, but they don't have any LAN accolades that give me like a definitive reason to expect them to be top 5, right? Even though they're looking good online. Sort of happened with Luminosity. Luminosity was 5th seed coming into Arlington, and they didn't win a single series. You know, and maybe just not their day or whatever, but sometimes players don't show up on LAN. This team has a better chance of doing it. We'll see, though. Yeah, MVS Precision and Descendant. Like, I like the look of this team on paper much more, you know, with the... there's more lane experience on this roster now. And a lot of firepower. So, yeah. They have a better chance to do damage. We'll see how it goes. I'm all for surprises. I love this lockdown at a SR occupying back silo. They're opening up long haul, which you wouldn't typically elect to do like this. But with this kind of setup that they have, it's perfect. All their sight lines complement each other from tower to A, guaranteeing the hill with a minute 39. What a flawless sequence out of SR, right? Last shot, perfectly playing his role to make sure they have a lockdown on the map. Formal coming out with Royal 2 here. There's enough time on the clock to flip this around to give us an OT for Optic, but they got to completely change the momentum in this. SR on top of them. What a pinch, bro. I don't know how Legend got there. Formal jumping looked faded, right? Formal did that jump in the middle of batteries. I'm like, kind of a weird chow. But if Legend's getting around behind you, that's a perfect distraction play at a Formal. Minute 15 on the clock and some good hill coverage here for Optic, but they're not very far spread out. You can see SR getting an opportunity to push up the map without taking too much damage. Just rinsing them in the base. SR going to look to delay the clock here, likely. Somehow behind. Last shot again. It's Legend. No, it's Bound this time. Bound finding the isolated kill on last shot. Somehow sliding to stay up. Formal with a trade here, too. That opening from Bound might give Optic an opportunity to get some staggered hill time in this exchange. A spawns for Optic guaranteed. Somebody in tower for Optic as well. Going to get a lick on last shot here. Just launching nades into gold. Cycle's pinching that tower, and he finds Renegade. That was Renegade likely. Sliver away from a cap, though, for Optic. With just under a minute here, there's a good chance that Optic can come out with this hill, and we got OT. 50 seconds. Camo just collected. I'm not sure if it was Optic. No, it's Frosty that has camo. He's got him on his death cam. Somehow they slip into the hill. They got top gold coverage as well. If he just stays alive and doesn't challenge any fights, it's not enough. 43 seconds. They get back in it. OT. Here we are. Huge opening created. SR with a swift rotate to back silo as they set up for the final hill. Grabs. Thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome.
This is the way.
They're getting rinsed, though. Hold on. 3v3, 3v2 on numbers advantage Optic. SR pouring into tower here, looking to take the win. They won't. Bound with the BR. Going to find two. A side spawn is open for Optic. They waste no time. They're in pipes. And they got to be on the triangle. No? Am I tripping? I had an audio cue. He definitely had an audio cue from somebody like Batledge. Or out batteries. I hear nades being thrown. Yeah. Optic like around him somehow. Show me wiggling. Whoa, leaves. Whoa, whoa. That might be it, bro. Oh my god. Sliver away from the cap. They'll break it. I don't even know. Like, last shot was kind of chasing ghosts for a good 20 seconds off his spawn in pipes, right? He went to, like, watch Turbine. His team spawned on him somehow, and then he came back to long, and then, or gold, and Optic, they're a freaking tiptoe away. They put their toe in the hill. They cap. It looks capped. It's so close. It looks capped. This is insane. Snaps on Renegade to delete him. Renegade, Legend on bottom mid. Cleans up last shot. That might be it. They step in. That's in. That's it. Jesus. 8-1. I'm getting way too into this, bro. 8-1 Optic. They officially win this scrim, I think. Insanity. The boys don't turn their live streams on, and they pull off the most dominant scrim between SR and Optic we've ever seen. What the hell is happening? And the match has been close. I mean, that was a close one, relatively. Right? Like, SR almost got the cap on that, but it was saved last second from an Optic. It's because of ping, bro. Not fair. But how come ping hasn't stopped SR from winning every other scrim? But yeah, it's definitely a factor. I guess it matters more that they're not streaming. I know, DeVault. At the rate we're headed, we got, you know, maybe an hour left of this. Game 10. out of what might be 14 games in this scrim, SR looking for any sort of momentum, any sort of win in the late scrim here just to make it closer.
Oh, that is just good Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo.
Oh, my God.
Samantha, excellent gifted. Thank you so much. Blondie, welcome back. Love to see it. Thank you, Samantha. Big plays. Let's go. Wait, who's on Envy? That's Precision, Piggy, Jackson, and Descendant. That's the team. Envy. Some somewhat unproven players. Very talented, but a lot of people don't know who they are, and maybe that'll change after Dallas if they put on a performance, you know? So at this point, if they play 14 games, Optic will take the scrim, but SR can do a lot of damage in what's left of this. And we're on Aqua Bomb here as well, which Bomb is the only game type that they've won so far in this scrim with Fortress. Aqua Bomb might be a good opportunity for SR to get something going here. I would think between both bomb maps, Optic perform better on this map. There's no snipers in play. Look at this, though. Rotate off the opening. Opportunity in play here for SR. Last time they ran this scrim, this map, it was a tie, if you guys remember. This is the only tie game that they played in the scrim. However, Optic was looking better on, like, they were on the advantage of the tie, it felt like. They were kind of hammering SR in the back of their base a lot of the game, but the game did end in a tie. So yeah, Optic generally play better in this map versus Fortress. Fortress is a blowout. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Royal 2 doesn't get on until like 1 a.m. or something. He definitely like lives in the upside down. I was getting off on like Thursday, Wednesday night or something at 1:30 in the morning, and he just started his stream. Whatever works for you. A lot of maps were close. That's all I'm saying. Literally just said that. A lot of maps were close. Some maps were close. Some maps were definitive. I said, like, Oddball was very definitive, right? It was 128 and 126 in both rounds. Streets Oddball was closer, but still looked good for Optic. Strongholds for Optic on Livewire was pretty definitive, right? Like, there's been some competition out of SR, but generally SR plays, like, light years. I don't know, light years, but they play much better generally versus Optic on these maps and game types. Like, I don't think they had ever lost Recharge Strongholds until today versus Optic. So it is weird. It's a little uncharacteristic for this team to be having trouble, and it's unfortunate that we're seeing it happen right before Dallas. This is the last time they play before Dallas. So it kind of shifts your mentality a bit coming into Dallas, both the players and the expectations from the spectators when they see a scrim stat like this, even though it's not like a tell-all, you know? It's not what truly dictates the win. Anyone other than Optic can beat SR? According to scrim stats and everything else, no. SR dominates everybody. They're the best scrim team, at least up until today, maybe. Generally, they're the most consistent, most dominant scrim team. They bleed sometimes, but often it's very much an advantage on their side. Watch SR 5-0 Optic? That's crazy because you can't even... It's a best of 7, bro. They're going to beat him so bad, they're going to 5-0 him, bro. In grand finals. They're going to beat him so bad, it's like a best 11. Or whatever it is, I don't know. Eli, best man not beating the stream sniping allegations. That's what I was thinking, man. I was wondering why SR was struggling today. It's got to be a stream snipe, right? There's only way. That's the only way that best man misses that ball reset call earlier, is if he's watching Optic streams. Nah. Welcome, Eli. As expected, bomb. You know, just a back and forth tug-of-war until somebody finds an opening to plant. Gonna wait till the stream is over to watch on YouTube. Yep. This will go back on the YouTube VOD as always, guys. Appreciate the consistent support over there. I've added timestamps, or at least just to my most recent YouTube VOD, and I'm going to start doing that for my other VODs. So stay tuned, just so you can skip to the start point of every game a little bit easier, because these VODs are, you know, at least 3 hours every time. That's right, Seeker revealing a lot of good intel for SR. Cyclone, last shot going to take advantage. Bound somehow coming out of nowhere. Going to slap him. Luke Jeffrey, thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome. He's got good death cam intel here on 2 members of Optic, so their team will keep it in mind, right? On the push here through car. Once again, just kind of a tug-of-war. I would say Formal was outperforming Tommy in some finals last year. I do think Formal had some lights out grand finals performances. He did tend to bring his A game in grand finals. Whereas Lucid, you know, not to be, I found that Lucid would bring his A game in like the winners final, you know, and still play well, but not like that over he pulled off against Shopify was the best clip of the year, right? Like that was what, winners finals against Shopify? That series at Elusive was in freaking sanity. But it doesn't always carry. Formal hit a kill tag in grand finals on Worlds. That was insane. I do think that Formal's LAN experience and the amount of times that he's won lends well to his ability to kind of activate on Champ Sunday, for sure. He's definitely got a good composed mental in that regard, right? It takes a certain ability to win a lot, like he does. So that definitely gives him an edge, you know, under pressure. But I like what we've been hearing from his team recently, right? Like that line out of Legends got to be like the best line of the year. Like we're just being tested. That's got to be, I was saying it's got to be Legends emote or something, because that line is, that's like an anime line, you know? You're down game 6, you're about to go into game 7, you could lose the tournament after all that work, and he says, we're being tested, bro. That's insane. Some anime shit. Wait, what about Arlington? How is it A1 in scrims? I mean, I want to double back in the past broadcast and see what we've been witnessing here. It's been a pretty crazy, pretty crazy day. That's got to be a guaranteed plant. They got coverage on top mid with spawners and fridge here. The util is kind of open right now with their skew, but it should be guaranteed off the timing. There it is. Yep. And great angle awareness at a last shot. He sets his angle in P1 to complement Cycle's positioning, right? Cycle on P2. Going to cover the high angle confidently, but he's not watching down low. So last shot can get early damage while timing the overextend for Legend. Legend always making him work for it in the 1v1. Somehow pooping out that nade there too. But yeah, good awareness at a last shot, complementing angles, and then timing the engagement. He gets the rotate on the bomb, and they've got something started at the very least for the next play. I disagree with that, Robbie. Yeah, I do think that Season 1, where the sandbox was, you know, very plentiful, Lucid was one of the most versatile, and is still one of the most versatile players in the league when it comes to using the sandbox and the weapons. Both in his aim ability, but also just his, like, he's very creative in the way that he uses the sandbox. Like some of his nade lineups and stuff, too. Oh, did I say... Oh my god, bro, how do I have like 600 viewers with the wrong title? That's insane. Just dedicated to the content, either way. Wait, did I do it for YouTube? No, I got it right in YouTube, but I got it wrong on Twitch. I hope I got it right on Twitter. Literally said Arlington, bro. I got it right on Twitter. We're safe. It was just Twitch. It's an isolated incident. We're good. Optic with the plant. Legend with 2 in the blue base. And he's got a death cam as the most he can hope for. Royal 2 with the last second kill on Formal is not enough to save it. Optic still occupying blue. With 3 minutes left, they'll tie things up. What is going on? We're watching for spawns, and interesting. He spawned. He's using scoreboard to force a fridge spawn, is what he's hoping. And the moment he sees the spawn happen, he goes to pinch it, but doesn't find it. Immediate bomb rotate. What is it? What is this? Well, SR is busy with 2 members on Optic side of the map. They're like alley-ooping the bomb on blue. Oh, we're getting blasted, yeah. I'm so biased, I put the title wrong? Yeah. Damn. Renegade, Formal. They're finding access points into the back of blue here. And Last Shot not even sure where he's getting tagged from in that exchange. Found finding a star. I see opening Optic need to get another plant started potentially. No, wait. Frosty Cycle's still up. They find an answer. Good trades out of Frosty and Cycle. They'll get traded right back. Last Shot solo. He can pick up the pieces. Cleaning up Legend here. Taking space for the bomb. Team all spawned now too. This is good looks. Yep, Cycle spawning his util gives them an indication that nobody's pushing out util here. They got coverage. They can move this bomb. You would think. Oh, they let it reset. That's smart. That's actually a smart play. Instead of worrying about rotating it, just stay alive. It's going to reset on its own. I didn't think about that. We got trolls in the YouTube. I thought that this chat was a collection of sophisticated ladies and gentlemen. I didn't know that. I thought there were no trolls in the Shyway chat. You know? What's going on? Just an intelligent, sophisticated group of viewers right now watching this. That's right. Y'all are a spitting reflection of myself. Spitting? Is that the word? I don't know. It's just looking like another tie game type scenario. We got a minute left before we enter OT. The game will not pause for OT. It'll continue for another 3 minutes, right? Target selection and transitions are insane, yeah. I think the best in the league, actually, Eli. The speed that he transfers from target to target is some of the fastest shit I think I see out of any POV. For a controller player. You know, other than Woodham, I guess. Okay. You got that Canadian politeness? You don't have that? I'm supposed to... I thought I was infecting you with my relentless politeness. Relentless manners. Envy is rolling phase? What the hell is going on today? Everything's kind of unexpected, right? Optic somehow rolling their way through this SR scrim. Envy defeating FaZe. FaZe showing lots of inconsistency the week before Dallas. Envy locking in. Even Complexity was looking good versus FaZe yesterday. SR, on the other hand, they've got 3 minutes to make this work, and Last Shot just created an opening, getting out with that camo. Let Cycle die, though, right? Was afraid to pinch and try to get the backsmack on Bound and give up that camo. Cycle, a necessary sacrifice to give Last Shot an opportunity. Nice positioning to open that up. He knows they're going for bomb for the rotate, so he baits it. Takes no wasted time to get in the back of the base. Somebody in SR has to rotate that bomb, though. His timing is sort of awkward, right? Nobody's in position to get it to him immediately. The spawner's now up. Camo now dissipated. Fridge guaranteed. Formal deleted by Cycle. I like the timing that he enters it, right? He's not shooting Fridge right away. He's letting the team open up the gunfights and then answering afterwards. Finds it. This is OT. This is the end of the game sequence right here, depending on how they close it up. Let Legend and Formal with nukes. Somehow. They'll save it. That bank nade at a Legend from the back of yellow got right up into the corner Last Shot was sitting in. Deleted him perfectly. Gave Optic some breathing room. They'll save it for now. Legend's always got something nerdy ready to go, right? The way he approached that with that bank nade could not have been cleaner. Wild, I know, Jag. Is there a Forge tourney this weekend? I didn't even know that. Is it Saturday and Sunday? Looking forward to the LVT Dallas cast. That should be hype. OG real focus today. Yeah, they got no distractions from chat today, right? Now they aggress. Camo up on map here too. Renegade first to die and util not great. Leaves Formal's backside open to an easy chow. SR with camo advantage off this too. Make it 3 dead Optic. Bound will find a trade to stagger him. But at the rate this is headed, SR will have a plant opportunity. Bound now dead here too. Spawners of Optic coming up now. They're going to slay him one more time. Renegade already involved in P Street. The entry nade. That's got to be Legend. It's Legend. That entry nade at a Legend was so fast, right? By the time Last Shot's like just reacting to what's happening to him, he's in his util. It's the pace of play that these guys are capable of that even Last Shot is kind of taken aback by, right? Insane, insane. He's so fast, right? His nade is out his hand before he hits the angle. It's already in your face. That bomb reset going to save Optic, and it might be a tie game again. This is the second time. If it does end up being a tie, this will be the second tie between two scrims with SR and Optic. Very interesting. And it makes me wonder how it's going to go if they play this on LAN. It's guaranteed tie now. The timer will pause if somebody's sitting in the hill, but there's just no opportunity to make that happen. With the way that bomb operates as a game type, the potential for a tie is higher than any other game type, you know? So it's kind of a shame about this mode. I could do something like that, like one tie. Last Shot podcast out before Dallas. Hey, let's go. Eli, if you have any links to your podcast, guys, there's not too many podcasts in Halo. I know Optic are doing excellent work as well, but check out Eli and Mikowski and their work. Eli, please link your stuff anywhere. Feel free. Just name drop it. Check out Eli and they starting a podcast. No, he's a guest on their podcast. It's called Tide the Leader. It's called Tide the Leader. They've interviewed Formal. They've interviewed like majority of the Halo scene, to be honest. And definitely are worth a look. I think they've consolidated their stuff to its own channel now too. Tide the Leader. Go check it out. If you guys are watching, I'd appreciate it. We got to support, there's a lot of high quality content in the community, right? Thank you. Walshy. Yeah, Walshy had a really good one. World 2 had a really good chat with them. All the top players, including, I think, some Halo Studios employees as well, right? Potentially. But mostly players, and they go way back, right? Eli, you and Mikowski go way back to freaking Halo CE just about. So a lot of, reminiscing. Classic stories. Do I like Bomb as a game type? I think it's my least favorite. It's okay. At best, it's okay. At worst, it's bad. 2004. That's insanity. Interviewed T2 from jail. Unbelievable. Shy. You're shy? Yeah, your name is Shy. I'm shy too. Oh my God. 8-1 with one tie if you're just tuning in. Unexpected. But this is our reality. Listening to Halo ODST soundtrack right now. Woodham is off. Two scrims on screen right now, or three, I guess, right? Precision and Trippy for Envy and FaZe. This is Booba Dooba's POV for C9 versus Omit. I'm not sure anybody's live for Omit.
This is the way.
Every team is sponsored in the pools, which is sick. Noel, thank you for the YouTube follow, brother. Welcome. Suspector for ascending baseline scrims with his whole team just about, right? With Uzi. Suppressed POV for FaZe. That is brand new. That's cool to see. Suppressed, I don't think
Nice.
And with his comms. He's never streamed Scrim before. That's cool. Opportunity to watch a new player here. All right, still not in the game yet. Let's keep the reconnaissance going. Need a Maniac episode. Yeah, for the Tide the Leader podcast. That'd be cool. Sparty POV for Complexity? Oh, no, he's not on, though. Or he's not, like, scrimming. Breaking Shot POV for Gen G. So, like, there's some really high-quality talent here that people don't know about, right? Like, people probably aren't even aware that Suppressed is streaming. This guy is FaZe. FaZe Suppressed. More people got to be aware of these players. 18 viewers. I'd be down to watch like a couple games of FaZe if I have time. I have to get up at 8 p.m. today. I'm down, but so their match just ended. SR Optic is our priority. We're going to watch all of those games. I'm not missing any of that. And then if we have time before 8 p.m., we'll see. You sat in his watch party for a bit at Arlington with APG? That would be dope. This YouTube channel is excellent for Halo music. I highly recommend you check it out. they see none of this is mine. And they do like a special remaster version of popular Halo, classic Halo tracks called Time Extended. I'm sub to it on my other. Anyway, I'll sub again. But yeah, great Halo music. No comment. Game 11. Getting down to the end of this one. No, I didn't cancel my date. I'm seeing she's coming here at 8, and then we're going out. So it works out. I didn't expect Optic to speedrun the scrim, but I think it's working out nicely. I can get off at 8 clean. SR sandbagging? I hope. But I don't think so. What map game did SR get? Oh, what do you mean? Fortress or Forbidden CTF typically takes place in Game 2 in a scrim. So it's a little bit odd seeing it late scrim right now. Optic early season were excellent at this map. Late season, they've had a lot of trouble with it. They choked this map in Game 6 of Grand Finals, if you guys remember that. SR won Fortress Bomb. That's correct. That's the one game that they won, if that's what you're asking. Formal tried to plant in the flag at the very end. They were on like an awkward... they didn't have spacing to guarantee it, and he died on the rotate. And SR clutched it up, and we thought for a second, right? I thought maybe the tournament was dead there. Or done there. Raptor, much love, man. I'll keep at it. But Optic have thrown away several Forbidden CTF games recently for some reason. Regardless of the team that they scrim, they've shown some signs of weakness here. Though in the past, they've been confident. It's looking like a first flag to SR at this rate, though. 2 dead. Frosty Cycle makes it 4. That's a guaranteed flag. And Sniper Collection for SR. They might have 2 snipes. Not sure of the state of the sniper. Last shot with a quick rotate off the branch. He's right back in it. All of the back of the map is open, so they definitely could be hut. And if they're Optic, or if they're smart, they're going to be extending to take that space. So Last Shot knows to anticipate it as they prioritize the camo, or the OS here. Yep, there's the hut chow. A little bit later than Last Shot expected. Still got 2 up in mid. From down low, Bound getting chowed and stuck in hut as a result of it. Cycle coming out with OS. SR's patience pays off to get the OS. What do they make of it? Formal somehow getting through sidekick, sneaking up on Last Shot, finds a back smack, he'll open it up. Off the death cam, he's watching him, got the info for Cycle. World 2 down low, and Frosty watching it too. Formal's options going to be very limited very shortly here. Man might get cooked in a second. Teammate joins it though, Legend here to give Formal some help. Finds 2, and a flag pulled immediately. Is that an SR flag? Out. SR's flag somehow... Wait, no. Optic's flag pulled. I'm tripping. The branch stays in the gym. Yeah, how does that little branch support... Like, how much does a Spartan weigh? Anybody got the lore on that? They got to be, like, close to a ton. And that little... That's a space branch, for the record, though, right? Like, so none of the properties that we know on Earth apply to the space branch. Space branches, for all we know, could support 2 tons before cracking. It's a space branch. But actually, though, it might look like foliage that you've seen before, but, you know, once again, expect the unexpected. Earth is canon in Halo? Wait, is Earth in Halo? I guess that makes sense. What's the year in Halo? 2552 or something? So it's just Earth, just accelerated like 500 years in the future. So technically, but it's a branch 500 years in the future. So you still don't know. I'm fried? What? You think I sit here and read the books? I read Fall of Reach. It's 2-0, bro. Like I said, Optic recently not looking as good on this map as they have in the past. Sort of throwing it away. 3 OSs back to back. Gonna go to SR Bound going to find a sneaky angle within mid. And ninjaing Frosty somehow. Bound getting over Frosty's head, taking Frosty's cycle, dropping a legend. And they have an opening, potentially for a flagpole with hut control here. I got to be competitive in my knowledge. The only knowledge I have is Halo esports competitive knowledge. I know nothing about the lore. Halo 3 had space icicles. That's correct. You could step on the space icicles. They operate differently. They're they're heavily futuristic branches. I don't know what they're feeding trees in 2500. Year 2500. They could be feeding trees different nutrients that don't even exist today. I played campaign. Doesn't mean it didn't go over my head. 1,000 pounds with armor and 287 pounds without. Are they 1,000 pounds with the armor? The armor is just 800 pounds on its own? Or 700 pounds? Trees eat meat, yeah. That's disgusting. I mean, low-key, trees do eat meat, though, right? Because it degrades, it decomposes in the earth and then goes back into the nutrient, the trees and everything, right? Mother Nature eats all. YouTube chat is off the rails right now. You know, the issue with YouTube chat is the mod support is limited over there. So we kind of just, like, let it fly within reason. But YouTube chat definitely slightly more unhinged. 6 minutes left in this one. Optic still have yet to put a dent in the armor of SR. That's the 4th OS going to go comfortably to Royal 2. Okay. Legend dies. Awkward exchange. YouTube more based. I don't know, Raphael. I've been hearing that you might be the culprit. I've been seeing your name coming up quite a bit in that chat. What's going on? 1,000 pounds full armor according to Halopedia. Ooh, thank you. Pulling up the Halopedia. That's how you know. Shyway Foundation for feeding trees in 2552. You can damn well determine what them trees get to eat. Okay. The Shyway Foundation for feeding trees. See, out of all the foundations, which I've never imagined myself representing, feeding trees was not, you know, not even in the ballpark. It's pretty crazy. These are Forerunner branches. That's what I was thinking.
5 minutes remaining.
This is a long-term investment. This game is a long-term investment at this rate, right? We're going to play time before we finish it out. You got that intel over his head. Oh. Renegade going to take his face, but last shot makes sure that if he goes down, he's taking him with him. Lines up a perfect stick. And that's a win for last shot in that trade because he killed Renegade on his side of the map, right? Frosty going to get out with a free sniper. Or last shot will pick it up off of his spawn. 2 dead once again. That stagger will prevent Optic. A key to success for this team. They got to win an OS at least once, bro. They got to win an OS at least once. And Optic not positioned for it yet again. They can use their sniper to rinse him. I don't know. Frosty comes out with Formal, though, and that might be Snipe v Snipe right there. Formal dropping, I believe, Snipe and Thrust in the top of Hut. Now Bound dead to rights. Bound will leave a stick behind. One alive. It's Renegade. He now drops. And that stagger not only gives SROS, it gives them maybe a capture opportunity, a pull opportunity. Figured out how 477 works with max input thrust. You almost never hit the walls of the controller if you with the stick, if that makes sense. I mean, with good aim control, yeah, you should never be unintentionally pegging your sticks. With most, I mean, I guess it depends on the sensitivity. Nice gut. Hopefully that works for you, man. The way that last shot aims, the speed that he aims, he definitely does peg his stick at times, right? Because he snaps. He's just very controlled. Angel was good. Surprisingly shaky on this map mode. Like two to 3 months ago, I would have agreed with you, but now I'm not so surprised because, like I said, for whatever reason, yeah, I guess the time they know it's over. They might have just ended that one early right there. Whoever's running the lobby, maybe somebody on Optic, just ending that in advance. As SR find their second win in the Scrim in Game 11. They have been looking much more inconsistent on that map as time goes on. They lost the map to Nemesis and SR at Arlington. And they do lose it in scrims as well. To various teams. Yeah, that was a guaranteed cap. In Amber Clad. Another classic banger. He fumbled it slightly, but he was still getting out. There was no stopping that. It bumped the roof on the way through underpass, but he still collected it. We're big chilling with over 500 on YouTube and 800 on YouTube, 500 on Twitch, man. Sincerely appreciate you guys hanging out. I know we got to kind of make do. There's no formal live stream to watch this one like usual, but you know, glad you chose me in the circumstances. Renegade Formal going to win their fights off the opening. Last shot off of his spawn. Going to catch, I believe, Renegade Nador. Oddball Recharge. Oddball generally pretty confident for Optic. I think Recharge one of their weaker maps versus SR, but Optic have won every Recharge game in this scrim so far. So just off the trend, they should be looking good here. If you're chilling in YouTube, I would appreciate it if you like the stream. Sub to the channel. We're closing in on 64K. We're almost there. So maybe you guys can help me pass it this week. Little kill from the grave on Renegade. Calling early. Controversial. Make him suffer. Wait, gaming isn't about winning. It's about watching your opponents lose. Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Vaporize. I mean, Formal's a GOAT, bro. I understand why you watch his POV. Get Shotzi on Optic Halo to put these rats in their place. Shotzi is like a one of a million talent for sure, but subbing him onto Optic this late in the meta, like in Infinite, would not be the most strategic play. I think Optic are fine the way they are. Shotzi's like no doubt naturally gifted in Halo, but his teammates have been playing this game for 4 years. Safe to say there's things that they know intimately that he just can't know about the game. It would take him some time. So good at that fadeaway last bullet, where he leaves scope, starts to move away until he gets one more shot in. Definitely accurate. Just tuned in. What's going on? I've never seen Optic versus SR Scrim be this one-sided. Neither have I, D-boy. Neither have I. Why is he spamming melee while holding ball? It's just, you know, just something that they do just to press buttons sometimes. Just make sure that if you do that, you don't lose your awareness of what's happening when you do that. Like, some people will punch walls and not even think about what's going on. Mr. Flyboy! You're breathtaking.
You're all breathtaking.
800 plus on the YouTube stream. Let's get it. Hell yeah. It's a good-looking Friday right now, Flyboy. And even better with the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. This is last shot's quality. My bad. It's really in and out, you know, consistency-wise.
Enemy has the ball. Ball dropped.
I think Hydra would be nasty in Halo. Oh, Hydra the player. I thought you were talking about the weapon. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of Hydra, but I wouldn't be surprised. If you're that talented at one game, you're talented at others too, you know? It translates. Just walking him down. Legend not or last shot not doing anything fancy there, right? Just jumping, walking straight, basically. Legend getting kind of fancy with that late jump off the edge. Trying to trip up last shot, but last shot getting max mileage in that situation. Frosty should be able to collect ball, bring it back. Silo, Optic going to try to prevent it from happening. I like that quick thinking out of Frosty. He takes it A instead, knowing that C could be unsafe. Getting any time he can hope for, but Optic chasing him down. World 2 coming out with a trade, make it 2v2 as they drop on both sides here. Optic create advantage towards A to collect ball. They might get team spawns there, giving them an opportunity to hold the ball here longer. Do they get team spawns? He didn't death cam check it, right? I think they might have. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Awkward timing. Renegade takes advantage of it. Impossible? Yeah, it's crazy. Just got back into Halo.
Ball dropped.
Used to travel to MLGs from 2 to reach. What do you think happened to make Halo die? How much time you got, Vaughn? How much time you got for a long discussion about Halo? And its decline in popularity over the course of, what, 15 years, bro? It's a long story. I will say, despite the roller coaster that the franchise has gone through, Infinite it's got a very passionate core community in the esport, especially this year. So if we just kind of focus on that, you know, and making the best of our circumstances here, I don't know. I feel kind of optimistic with Infinite in its current state, despite the fact that there's a lot that could be improved, you know? War Turtle! Halo's dying because we all got earlier and have jobs and families? No, there's a lot more to it than that. We all got older and have jobs and families, but what about the kids? What are the kids playing? They got to be playing Halo for Halo to thrive, right?
We have the ball.
The issue is it's not appealing to that generation like Fortnite is and everything else. For various reasons. Infinite's gameplay is fantastic when it's working, as it should. Halo viewership does feel like it's quietly on a rise, for the record. I think, yeah, I agree, Eli. And apparently Tashi had pointed out that the Arlington viewership numbers on Champ Sunday surpassed every other broadcast in 2024. So even World's viewership never hit the viewership peak that Arlington did on Sunday. So just to keep that in mind, that's a positive. You know, generally a franchise, a game will decline year after year. The esport will decline, right? But having our first event of the year surpass viewership out of anything last year is the quietly on the rise, you know, momentum that we're looking at right here. Yeah, we're seeing orgs join Halo in a way that we haven't seen so late in the esport as well, right? Envy back in the mix. Omit coming from COD. Joining the esport is nice to see. Every single team in pools is sponsored, right? 12 teams, 12 sponsored teams in pools, and then more in the open bracket. Addresses the big campaign elephant in the room. Cortana became the most powerful being in the... Okay. Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to do with campaign and how that, you know, fell apart too. Yeah, I don't think it was like dramatically beyond the viewership. It was probably just a few thousand viewers, something like that. I didn't do an exact comparison, but it surpassed the number, which is nice. The LANs are exciting. I mean, there's no denying that watching this esport when it gets going is super entertaining. Even just watching these scrims, I think we've proven something with our dedicated scrim watch parties that people like watching Halo on a regular basis, right? Even if it's just one POV. Even like regardless of who it is too, as long as it's like a pro player, there's something to glean from just about everybody. Though Optic and Shopify do entertain the most. TSM and Genji are titans in esports globally, so seeing them here is awesome. That's true too. Sorry, this is in 2025 as well, right? I retweeted a post recently from that Intel HCS account showcasing that TSM, Genji, Envy, right? So many different teams joined this year. I'd say it's more entertaining than COD, personally, yeah. There's more like variables at play to make it interesting. The combat is more dynamic with the time to kill. The sandbox is more diverse, I would say, with the grapple and like the utility that you got to move around. There's more like movement tech as well. Way more movement tech. Not that COD doesn't have skill and tech and whatnot. That's gonna be round. Creating space here out through pipes. Last shot gonna guarantee it. 99 in first round. Gonna go to SR. SR showing a bit of a late scrim glow up right here. If they can carry the momentum from that win in Forbidden to this, then maybe they can close the gap and make it look more competitive before we get to the tail end of this one, right? Crazy opening. So fast that he lands a nade on Frosty on the way through. They'll overwhelm Legend, and Last Shot gonna take bound. No wasted time. He comes out with the reposition to C. Last Shot makes that route to the box of tower. That's like his opening strat pretty often. He's specifically seeking out the box because it gives him movement options, whether he jumps off it, whether he cuts angles, or G-slides off it different directions, depending on how the fight goes. And nades his way in to create that opening. Legend bounced, likely got launched by the nade, if that's what happened. Online Halo is a much better experience. I feel the newer players just start out with COD and Fortnite, forget Halo exists. Yeah. I do think that Halo has like there's like a delayed gratification aspect to Halo, where when you join and play the game, it's very difficult to get one kill, get that little bit of dopamine, right? There's a situation where you have to like earn the kill a little bit more, and you can find yourself dying a lot and in a blender because the pace of the game is nonstop. It's not like Battle Royale where you have like time to loot and time to breathe and just rotate and get a lay of the land. Like, you're in the action and it goes from start to finish. You're either winning and or losing, you know? The time to kill can make it kind of, you know, suffocating a little bit, I think, for newer players. But once you get the hang of it and start winning your fights, you get more dopamine from that than you do from the average, I'd say, like, Call of Duty style kill, you know? Whole Halo died narrative is annoying. Yeah, I mean, there's legitimacy to it, but I think today there's a lot more reason to love Halo than there was back in Halo 4. Like, Halo 4 was the darkest period, I would say, right? Halo 5 had some dark moments for sure, too. The launch of Infinite left a lot of room for improvement. They made a lot of mistakes, right? MCC, they screwed up MCC to launch there, right? So, a lot of stumbles, but I think nowadays there's a lot more reason to be a Halo fan, or to start to rekindle the passion that you had back in the glory days. Books make the needler sound terrifying? I heard about that, Soul, yeah. The size of your arm and you blow it from the inside, bro, insane. Yeah, needler sounds like a horror freaking weapon, bro. That's the thing too, is Halo transitioning to a teen-rated game. Like, I get it, but Halo with the flood and the overall like kind of aesthetic and feel of the game felt grittier and like more mature originally, and I like that a lot. I miss that. Yeah, formal definitely didn't work here. I know we're getting caught up in conversation. My apologies. We can lock back in on the game. Cycle with an immediate rotate with the ball with the coverage of his team, right? To get through safely. I like that play at SR as they finally collect some time here. Optic doing so much work for just 26 seconds, right? 2 minutes 30 on the clock is an indication that we're literally playing Slayer with only 26 and 10 for the points right now. A lot of brawling to get an opening here. Hope Halo grows in viewership. I'm not going anywhere, so I hope I can help, right? Been putting in a lot of work to bring new people to the franchise, watching these scrims. I think that's the cool thing, is if I can invite you guys to Frosty. Oh, he lagged out. If I can help you guys appreciate this game like I do, then I'm doing something right. So I'll just keep grinding. There's a lot of incredible people in the community, right? Putting in work to keep it, like, defibrillate this shit so it stays going. Not sure what happened. We got a little disconnect right there, and they were in round 2 of the oddball. So SR was up 1 round. They could still make an adjustment. It wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe play from start of the second round, right? I'm not sure how close it was, but it looked pretty damn close. Do a reset on round 2. Heard Unreal Engine 5 comes out with Halo Studios, and Halo 7 will be a lot better. I think Unreal Engine, yeah, without a doubt, like night and day as far as like flexibility that they'll have with the new engine. Might be the best sticky player. I mean, all the top players are pretty excellent and efficient with how they use the stickies. Formal's incredible at getting death sticks as well. Trippy's muted. This is Trippy's POV for FaZe. I think they're losing the scrim currently versus Envy. Actually, what I'd like to see is... Frosty's still not in the lobby. Let's see Suppressed's POV. Yeah, Suppressed.
I push.
Oh my god.
Push on me. How many sandpaper? Yeah, I got this blank sight.
RIP headphone users. Yeah, my bad. That hurt me too. I'm not gonna lie. That was like very... I have a special audio boost thing happening, like an extension on my browser to boost the audio. This is your pilot. This is your pilot. It's like right in his freaking mouth, bro.
Right there.
He's one shot ring 3.
Okay. Yeah, snap one there. Snap one there.
The gain on it or something is like super high. It's in his mouth. It's like Boo Boo last night, and the Renegade was playing like 8s, and Boo Boo's mic was so loud, bro.
Snap up, go on that porch, and snapping their pillars,
My bad. Yo, it hurt me too. If it's any consolation, like my ears are now in pain as a result of that. Like it. Please turn this audio off. It's fine. I lowered it though.
Fuck.
According to the broadcast, was suppressed was a struggle. This kid needs tech help. Oh no.
I reload.
We got all the triplets back in Halo Esports, by the way, right? Suppressed is one of 3. He's got 2 twin brothers. They're both competitors as well, right? Avenue, or I guess Envied now, and Diagram, competing with that Luminon roster alongside Neuronical and Jazero, right? We got a year 1, year 2 Halo Infinite team. These guys have not competed for at least a year of Infinite, coming back together, looking to tear up the open bracket. He's louder than me. The map count on this series, I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping tabs on it. And this match still hasn't gotten back. I'll figure it out right now.
I'm dead. Yo, Sparrow's weak as well.
He is loud. I don't even know how to fix it, bro. It's just his voice. It's 6-2. FaZe Envy right now.
On it. Yeah, I'm trying to throw towards you. Oh my god.
Bomb reset.
Yeah.
Objective ready.
I hit one.
Yeah, Diagram and Avenue, who's now Envied, he changed his name. He's back with Neuronical. Neuronical was super cracked, like young gun, who stepped away from the scene at like 19, I think, to pursue his schooling. I think he's still in school, but he's coming back to compete this year. And then Jazero was a competitor for Fnatic in year 1 of Infinite. Another high-level player that stepped away from the scene, I believe, during year 2. So they haven't been competing for a bit, but they're all talented, and I think they could do damage in the open bracket, upset some teams for sure.
What's that, Wing?
Maybe have a shot at pool play. Without a doubt, the Open's going to be sweaty, though, right? There's always teams that tend to get through the open bracket. You got Mind Freak from Australia, and teams like Ether as well that are, very powerful. Ether 10-0ing Gen G just the other day. Even a org like Gen G with Ryan.
Which one in there left?
They got to be jumping back in this in a second.
I'm here. Stay down, Joey.
What happened to Fnatic Halo? They didn't stick around, right?
I
think they dropped out by the end of the first year, along with G2. Remember, G2 is in Halo as well. There were teams that signed up as partnered rosters in the beginning of, like, when the game launched, but varying amounts of, dedication to the scene, right? Like Navi, Fnatic.
Going in the ring.
G2, it's good to see them in the scene, but they didn't exactly, their investment in the scene wasn't as high as some of these other orgs, like SSG puts in tons of work to, like, show their support and passion for Halo, which is really nice for us. I don't want to miss it.
I got a pummel. I died from tower.
Halo 2 walk speed for sprinting, Halo 5 midship. In truth, same speed. Nah, but Tim, I have a video where I compare it to Halo 5, and I show that if you use the mobility in the game, you get through significantly faster.
Just gonna look at your cross. Yo, from Bond.
And I also show, like, flexibility with the clamber and all that. I have, like, I do the same thing. It's like, in 90 seconds, advanced mobility is not a lie in 90 seconds.
Back steps.
I made it years ago.
Yo, I'm bomb.
But I think something important to realize with a sprint, at least this long into the meta, it's not about speed. It's about how it affects the skill gap, right? Like, sprinting is used as a strafe mechanic now. It's used to peak at an angle slightly faster, right?
I need back steps.
Like, there are advantages offered with sprinting. It you know, I understand that it's like
He's actually when our
some people
pillars
don't like it just
do
on
L2.
principle, but it does change some nuance in the game that makes it exciting. Topological, it's not done. No. We had a lag out in the middle of recharge. We should be jumping into recharge ball round 2, maybe on a full reset on round 2.
Yeah. Fuck.
Halo Ninja invented Halo. He invented how to play midship. Those studios moved to Unreal Engine. Was big. Eventually, Eli will be credited for saving Halo when he's coined bias for all of us. We got a biased emote coming.
One just spawned, Piggy. Look right.
I would say Halo 5 implemented sprint pretty damn nice. Like, it was more complicated to understand, but
right.
Halo 5 had a mechanic where your shields reset every time you sprint, or the shield recharge timer resets when you sprint. I kind of liked that, personally. But it made sense in Halo 5, maybe more so than Infinite. Just keep us.
Wing, one shot, needed to see me.
Yeah, 8-2 with one tie right now. They tied Aqua Bomb in just the previous, or 2 games ago. They tied Aqua Bomb. We're sitting here waiting for this recharge ball match. I was hoping things would. This delay is kind of holding us up a little bit because I do have to get off for 8 p.m.
SS1. Dead. Oh my god.
Should make an old emote and just me edited
right,
having a white beard.
Hurt.
What do you think? I don't want to lean into being a boomer or like an unk.
Basement.
You know?
Basement F.
Because then I make it a reality. What am I wearing? I don't even know, man. I think at the moment I'm wearing this, but I might have to go find something nicer.
Play that.
We're jumping back in. No. Brother. Watch it kill all the POVs. No, we're good. We're safe. Okay, so they did reset it even, right? Round 2, oddball, 0-0.
Enemy has the ball.
I saw a video the other day that like separated like depending on what age bracket you're in, you're like a different, like Unk apparently was 35 to 40 or something. 30, 36, 35 or something to 40 is Unk. Basically. So might just be on the cusp. $34 is at the tail end of Big Bro. I think you're Big Bro. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm in Big Bro along with Eli. You're on the very tail end. But Big Bro starts at 25, I think. It's like the pre-owned. Somebody can show the vid. You know the video I'm referring to, Shock. If you can find it, I can't. I should have bookmarked it. And then like 65 plus is respect your elders, but there's one that's like 45 to 65. Below 25 is, yeah, I can't even say what it is. There's like a little bro. There's a little bro and there's a young, yeah. 31 means you're a big bro. Bro, 52 uncontested seconds just flew by. Optic with some domination coming back off of Frosty's disconnect. They find themselves with 52 seconds already. Below 15 is little? Okay. And then is there a little bro? Explaining why you're not an unk makes you an unk? Oh, shit. Nah, y'all throwing out unk at like, for 23-year-olds, bro. It's crazy. 35 plus is unk. YN? Did you say YN? Youngin. I like that. Nice little grapple rotate. Shock popping up here too. So last shot with one more grapple will likely drop ball. Pick up shock with grapple if you can get it. Are they launching it? They're throwing nades at it. Bound finding a timing to pinch gold somehow. Letting this man get away with it. 28 is big bro. 25 to 34. 35. 25 to like in that range is the big bro. So we're in the same. If you're 28 and I'm 33, we're in the same category apparently. They put me ninja. There you go. Nah, I don't even want to pass. I'm not even going to put myself on the spot for a pass. You might give me a pass. Nobody else outside of my stream will, that's for sure.
Enemy team nearing victory.
For real, for real. That could be round, bro. After that delay, somehow Optic coming out with some perfect halo here. 3 dead in quick succession should give them an opportunity to get the ball to back C. Formal deleted as well. Last shot with the awareness to know where the fourth could be. And with that camo pickup, they got excellent momentum for a setup here. Optic got time to make sure they, you know, tread carefully. Looks like they're wasting no time getting in the tower. They'll go 2 dead. And that'll stagger them, giving an opportunity to SR here. Pinch already coming out through blue pipes. Last shot waiting till Legends completely compromised before he opens fire. 30 is prime time. Anything pre-25 is Widow Baby. Smushy Cranium. Widow Baby. Look, man. Prime is, you know, unless you're like pushing 70 right now, you're all in your prime, okay? It's a mentality. Like I can't afford any more of these these allegations, bro. Working out won't reverse the aging, like, because you're still getting older, but it slows it down. Yeah, so there's a curve in like how your reactions slow, in like a disability curve as well, right? Like if you work out on a regular basis, you slow the degradation of your muscles, your bones, and your body, essentially. Formal is 30. He just turned 30. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, work out, guys. Work out. Don't eat like crap. I don't know how this is happening, man. Yeah, Optic finally collected. This should be the close, you'd think. They get a play ball in this situation. 5 seconds to close it out. SR looking to lock it in, but they don't have time to get there. Legend with a sneaky play will slip through blue pipes. Save the round for Optic, and here we are. Final opportunity. We're out here in game 12 in our scrim, so if Optic elect to not play Slayer, we could see 2 more games here, which might line up nicely for 8 p.m. Hopefully they just get up after 14. Yeah, man. I mean, reaction speed is on a decline from what, like 25 or something, but it's like not, it's so negligible that it doesn't play any sort of significant impact for a long time, basically. Stay healthy, yeah. And your mentality is huge though too, right? Like what you tell yourself, your reality is like you can make yourself more physically healthy as a result of your internal dialogue. This is a whole, you know, we can go down a rabbit hole discussion. Your internal dialogue coupled with the way that you take care of yourself. If anything, what you tell yourself might even have more importance in some regard. Your brain is powerfully altered by the words you say to yourself, what you think. Thoughts on OG? They're playing incredible plays. I don't know. It could be SR having some inconsistency in a way that's like unprecedented for online scrims. Optic not streaming today might give him an edge in a way that we haven't seen. Like, I don't know. You know, either way, Optic are looking great, man. 8-2 with 1 tie. You can't ask for a better result inbound for Dallas. Dallas is a week away. Exactly a week away, Deep. And this is the last time that Optic and Shopify will scrim before Dallas. So this is the precedent that we're setting, the conversation that we're having coming into Dallas. in better shape than most people in the 20s. At 60, he exercises a ton and has very little aches and pains. I love to hear that. You know, some people, they have something that works, that they figured out, and they continue to iterate on that throughout their lives and refine, you know, and maintain themselves, and they look incredible at 60. Give me some of that energy. I think it's an any given scrim day situation. You want to elaborate? SR with the advantage off the opening, though, but Optic will collect ball. Let's see if they can get some time here. Frosty pushing it. Frosty starring Legend as he plays it. Bound to drop. Swatted like flies. Legend coming out with 2. Long haul spawns are open. Yeah, with that skew to gold, he might team spawn his team there. And SR might be okay with that, electing to take map control. Last shot wrapping wide here. Doesn't want to collect the ball right away. SR won 11-3 before Arlington. Was that the score before Arlington? 11-3? It was that dominant? If that's the case, then I guess this is Optic just finding an answer to that scrim. I didn't realize it was that dominant. 11-3, wow. Okay then, so this has happened before on the receiving end, right? So, cool. If anything, they're tying up the scrim stats by having this scrim, right? Just shows what these teams are capable of from one day to another. What does the star mean? It's a new feature, actually. It means a perfect kill. They added it this season. So if you get a perfect 5-shot kill or a perfect headshot, or he should get, last shot should get a star for that sticky, honestly. Perfect headshot with a shock, you get a star. It's from Halo 5, basically. Which is kind of cool because it lets the whole lobby know, you know? Cool face. 89, and up until last year, he would bike 150-ish miles a week, and then he got sick for a month. It looks like he aged 20 years in the past year. Oh my god. Yeah, I think when you get to that age, you know, some sort of a health concern, well, you'll decline like instantly, you know. But I think the best thing about that though is that you maintain your health until the point of death, basically. Eventually your time's gonna come. You know, he's like 90 now. Like, dude, how many of you guys want to live past 90? Can't be that amazing. Depends on the quality of life, I guess, but I think the big thing is that you keep yourself out of disability if you are health conscious and working out, have a good mentality, so that at no point are you like wheelchair ridden. You just, you know, eventually you get sick and you die, I guess. You want to be out at 70? Nah, man. You get a lot done at 70. You can start a whole new business venture at 70, bro. A late game chapter. The president of the United States is in his freaking 80s. Isn't he? He's at least 80. Crazy. Which is old as hell, though. It's kind of wild that, you know. Anyway, another topic. 78. DLC years. Man's in his DLC years, bro. Still kicking. I think the people who are most passionately invested in their lives at that age, like they still feel that they have work they want to do, things they want to achieve, still have a focus, whatever. Like a scientist, let's say, that's just in love with the pursuit of their career, their path, right? I find tend to preserve their age and intelligence longer in life because they're just so invested in their craft, you know? I think what also leads to your decline is this idea that you're done, you know? That's, once again, your mind telling you it's over. It's like, I've finished everything I need to in my life, and it's time to relax. It's like, that's when the death starts coming, you know? With 1 minute left in the clock here, and SR's advantage. Optic in an uphill battle as well. Things are looking grim for the yellow team. Holy. And Swift. Yeah. Swiftly, they'll get knocked out. They got one shallow opportunity through the A spawn, guaranteed. Last shot occupying the corner of C here. If anybody comes through long haul, he can back smack him. Reads the push, though, recognizes nobody's coming to see. Get knocked down by nades, 94. 5 seconds to close it out. Frosty deep in gold to make sure there's no possibility. We're sitting at an 8-3 scrim. SR find their footing late in the scrim. They're starting to bring this back. Optic going to lose an oddball in this one. And the first recharge loss of the scrim as well. Now 8-3. All right. Yeah, SR kind of kicking, right? And we talked about the fact that in the past, apparently, SR has won 11-3 versus Optic. So they're putting themselves in that territory of, you know, if Optic wants to have a clap back scrim on that stat a while back, they might not have the chance. If SR keep this up. My ambition is to get the Mangler back into HCS rotation, so I guess I'll live forever. I guess so. Yeah, interestingly, right? SR 11-3's Optic, and then Optic still wins Arlington. So by that token, if Optic 11-3 SR today, then technically SR should win. King of the Hill live fire. Game 13 at this point. Could be the second last game of the scrim. Okay, I'm hoping that they can get through 2 games by 8 p.m. We got 40 minutes for 2 games is enough time, right? Assuming they don't play Slayer. We'll see. Because I'm gonna get off quick after this. It's been an incredible broadcast, though, not gonna lie. Even though we have the 1 POV. SR off the opening coming out with advantage state? Heavy advantage. Or sorry, Optic, sorry. Nearly capping the hill with camo control, I believe, here, too. Last shot making a wide wraps for B, but he's got to step in the hill. He missed his opportunity to save it there. And maybe SR electing to prioritize kills? I don't know. They're all dead, bro. Optic not only going to get that hill, they got the wrap for the next one here, too. YouTube popping, Twitch popping. Let's get it, Warm RP, yeah. I don't know if we're at peak. We had peak numbers earlier. Still doing excellent, though. Can't complain. No, I gotta get off at 8. Eastern. Last shot gonna punch an opening through tower. That snipe goes down. Cleans up Legend here, too. Finds the double, but Optic once again with the edge in this team fight. They got timing for Hill and maybe a collection on that sniper. Unless it was out of ammo. Tower control, so important for this hill. Always support C-Plat with at least one player in tower. So they have trouble pushing it out. Last shot knows there's no chance on that. They'll cut their losses in a hope to set up for next. See if you can get a sneaky play out through bottom mid instead of wrapping to A directly, right? I like that idea. Trying to put himself in a timing advantage there. Catching them with a flank. What's up, Metro? OG they getting kind of wild with it, huh? They're running away with it. Less than a minute. Renegade, a Legend this time. Legend with a huge win, getting out with camo for it. Team shots from Bound, going to ensure they've got a healthy coverage for this hill. 4 minutes on the clock goes to show how effective Optic have been in these first 2 hills. There's still plenty of bounce back time for SR. We've seen large comebacks on this map before, so I never keep them out of the running, you know, until it's the final hill. When I see a timer like this. Renegade, once again, appearing out of nowhere, right? Snapping back into play off that camo pickup, finding himself access to sniper here. Just tuned in, I see this happens. Yeah, Optic going crazy, man. Optic got him on a spawn lock, at least on last shot's POV, right? He spawns, bound in position on Nest, knows the B spawn is open, so he capitalizes immediately. Now Optic getting a team spawn in B. They're doing something called fire anting, right? Shout out to Mikwin, where they team spawn in a single file line and continuously enter the fight and replace each other, team spawning behind each other so the fight seems endless, refilling the hill. Completely slammed this entire scrim. Well, they won 3 games, so except for the 3 games, yeah, they definitely, you know, there's been some slammage and a little bit of slammage. I like that nade lineup. Good way to punch an access point into small door unless you get blamed by Renegade. Doesn't matter what you do. That's the whole team going down minus Roll 2. Roll 2 is the last surviving member. Going to hope to win. He wins it. He wins it against Renegade. But Optic still stepped their toes in it. Not even a timing advantage to rotate to next. Formal, off of his death, knows to get into tower, get some coverage for that next hill, and he's already walling them off with nades. Last shot hoping Frosty gets the flank. Legend jumping out front for the 1v1. Last shot will take it. Now Frosty will succeed with the flank on Formal. He'll get tower. What was the terms for the strat I described? Fire ant? Mikwin calls it that. But basically, when you are occupying like the back B spawn, and you push into A from back B, and nobody splits that spawn, then Optic keeps refilling that spawn behind the player, right? So you push into A, the guy who died in A, like the timing of it is such that there's always somebody team spawning in a single file line, if that makes sense. So like one guy's dying, one guy spawns, other guy pushes in, spawner moves up, guy dies, guy spawns, other guy moves up, other guy you know what I mean? And it feels like a 4v6 where that sequence can happen. It's just something to like, I don't know, it's cool listening to Mikwin talk about it. There's ways to counter it, but yeah. Despite the fact that Camo is controlled by Last Shot here, the hill is occupied by Optic, right? They're getting time out somehow directly under him, walling things off in back B. Frosty with Legend for the first pick here. Optic doubled up in back B. Renegade going to drop here too. Should be a clean pinch if they can avoid trades. Formal and bound. Last Shot should have them both. Yes. Nicely done. 2 minutes 22 for 3 hills. It's not easy. It's doable, but not easy. If anything, any time that Optic burn is good. You know, they're collecting little bouts of hill time, I guess, because they're so close to the capture, and sort of baiting Shopify into angles, I guess, as a result. But burning the timer isn't a bad idea here, too. Last shot, last second, going to jump into the hill. They're dying in the process, and Optic, just off that momentum, should be enough. Bound will shut down Royal 2. And Optic with a 4-0 sweep in live fire, King of the Hill. As once again, they'll take it. Now 9-3. SR had some momentum, winning 2 games back-to-back, tying Aqua, and then winning 2 games back-to-back. Aqua now Optic now breaking that momentum with the win in King of the Hill. If we play 14 games in this scrim, we've got one more. We've got one more. They played Forbidden Flag. Forbidden Flag, SR won. Yeah. I'm not sure what the game was that we missed. We played both bombs already. We played every oddball. Fortress, capture the flag. Fortress CTF went to SR in the last scrim, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it went quickly. They're good at this map. Anything Fortress is SR advantage. When are we uploading the stream? It's already uploaded on YouTube. I'm multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch, True Elite. So go to my YouTube. My past broadcast covers every single live stream. I've got a live tab. That's been the main location for my content the last couple of months. I've been slacking a little bit on the traditional uploads.
This is the way.
But my YouTube covers it all.
This is the way.
Fresh kicks. Thank you for the follow, brother.
This is the way.
I've been adding timestamps to YouTube. I might not have time to do it immediately, but with my last stream, I put at the beginning of every game, I put a timestamp so you guys can kind of just skip through the action and not have to wait. What's my YouTube page? You're on it, brother. You troll. Look up Shyway on YouTube. Saint Romain from the YouTube chat says, what's your YouTube? We gotta reset. That's okay. More music time. Formal's in the process of moving. Correct. Doesn't have a stream set up. Formal will likely get the streams going, or the streams and the, regularly scheduled programming will resume soon. Stay tuned. They're doing incredible today. Fortress is their weakest map today. And Forbidden. They definitely put up a fight in Oddball Recharge. Fortress was dominant, though. Bomb. For SR. This, I think, will be the last map. And perfect timing, if that's the case. Game 14. Do or die. Or I guess we already know the result of this scrim. It's keep me on track. Yeah, it's perfect timing, Moon. We're doing good. It's like Optic knows. Or they both know. Bro, it's crazy how I've played a lot of the same Halo songs for years, but I still love Halo music. You know, it truly is timeless. And even if it's the same song, but like repurposed in a slightly different way, like it still hits, you know? So I'll find like 4 different remixes of the same song, and that's like a refreshing enough, you know, to keep things interesting. And then ODST's got a banger track, like soundtrack. Reach has bangers. Even Halo Wars has a few, not incredible songs. So it's just good stuff. Halo 4 is one that I've been sleeping on. Halo 4, I got to look up the whole soundtrack and find all the Halo 4 bangers. I use the 117 theme. That one's really good. But I don't look at a lot of Halo 4. I mean, SR in a nutshell, bro. So clean, right? Hitting the perfect. Oh, he didn't quite make it, but still should be able to collect this. Fly toss repulse to get it up to the window, and last shot going to take Formal on in the long-range fight to defeat him. Should lead to a guaranteed capture. Bound with the sniper up in the wing, finding a last-second save for the flag. It'll be enough to get kills, and maybe to put Optic in position for a counter pull, but that's an SR flag. How are they going to improve on this map? I don't know. Yeah, SR just kind of has this map figured out in a way that Optic just can't seem to touch. Like, I don't know. Can't keep up. However, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. They generally play. They did beat SR in Fortress CTF on LAN at Arlington, right? In the first series. It was an insane finish. It was game 4 in the first series. And I remember the flag returned on its own. Bound made an insane hero play, right? To stay alive in the courtyard. It was nuts. So they have won this before when it matters. Yeah, the Breaking Benjamin stuff is sick too, but that stuff is actually copywritten. We got an Optic pull coming through here, and a chance to tie this game early on. Formal with 1. Renegade, beautiful nade. Formal with 2, though, opening up an opportunity for Legend to get it through the arches. That should be guaranteed. Formal, 3 separate kills up from the wing. He is dropping them like flies and living up as he does it. Bound gonna die in armory, giving Formal a chance to escape. For now, it's now 1-1. Is that Renegade? I don't know how that person found that positioning, but down low from sneak, it's Renegade. Yeah, off of spawn, stays low, looking for the cutoff on any overextenders, trying to deny the flag. Yeah, Formal when it comes to accuracy, he's one of the best in the game. His accuracy and damage stats are top tier. You put him in the right position to hit shots, he will hit those shots. Not the fanciest player, but he gets it done. So does Renegade. Renegade at Arlington with anything in his hands, he was playing like a god. He comes out with Blaine, with the Blaine on Renegade, on himself. I don't even know what I'm saying, bro. Blaine on last shot. He's so good at killing, the only guy who can kill him is himself. Formal cycle, they trade. I think it's Frosty above him with the sniper. I don't even know. Look, man, I'm a human. Even my fumbles are beautiful, okay? Ugh, you need a nap. Bro, I got like 3 years, okay? I got 2 to 3 years before I'm truly Unk status. Give me my time and space. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody. That's the Renegade playstyle, okay? Gotta snipe himself in the head before somebody else does. Oh my god! Bound just somehow knew he was right there, right? Dropped on him. What a wild perspective we just got there. Right through the crotch. Bound, the only guy alive on the map. But look at the speed of this man. No freaking way. His team was dying? Unless I'm tripping and they were winning their team fights. Either way, I'm Bound. Off the help of Optic in the crossfire, that was a slick as hell flag run. I think I read it wrong because Optic absolutely taking map control with no wasted space. And look at the speed they get back into Armory too, right? That G-slide, likely Bound just getting involved once again. Looking for another flagpole here. Legend and Renegade, that makes sense. When the glaze is so glazed it becomes nonsense, that's the best part. Glaze so glazed you get fat. The thickness. I don't even know, bro. Didn't SR dominate this in the previous scrims? Yeah, they typically dominate Fortress. They dominated Fortress Bomb today, and in the last scrim, I'm pretty sure they dominated both Fortress maps. In this one, it's looking a little diffy. On LAN in Arlington, Optic won this map in a grueler of a matchup. It went down to the wire, but Optic did win this map in Game 4 to reset the bracket, right? So they have the capacity to win it, and they're up in this one. So much glaze, it's giving you the thickness. That's right. Renegade. Renegade recognizing he's in the wrong place at the wrong time there. Quickly changing his mind and dying for it. Off that flagpole, that stagger is huge for SR. They should have a cap off this. No wasted time for last shot. Finding the right place to cut them off and ensure that the tower is not a presence for the flag cap. Nicely done for SR. That was an awkward stagger in deaths. Like, they made an overextend and pulled the flag as a solo player. I think it was Rel 2. And they died in really poor timing to ensure that there was not enough coverage there. It's kind of like how TSM like to play the map, is create chaos by pulling it early like this. And then get the stagger on the way back. Or while it's all happening. This is an advantage state for SR. It was looking good for earlier for Optic in this one. I think they collected the OS, and they have the sniper to work with here. World 2 getting shut down, but last shot with an answer. Last shot looking for more here. He's got no repulse back pocket. Can he snap on Bound? He will not. Bound shuts him down. That flag gets returned, and it's some breathing room for Optic in the back of the base as we stabilize. Holy. My God. Commands? Yeah. Hopefully helps you. Did Midship play poorly? No, it wasn't that. It was just the performance on Midship was not good for Xbox, unfortunately. Speaking of performance,
this is the way.
Last shot internet moment here.
This is the way.
Syllabi.
This is the way.
I think Syllabi, welcome. 3 dead, Optic. Nobody in an immediate position to pull it, but they will get through the bottom of the base to set that up. Optic might have one defensive opportunity with this timing and the perfect... Freaking my internet, bro. What's going on? Optic and elbow spawns with last shot's positioning. He's back far enough to open up the elbow where they push through armory. Trades coming out here, though. Still plenty of time on the clock. And a double hit out tower side, both low and high.
That is just good Halo right there.
Johnny.
That is just damn good Halo.
My God. Johnny, thank you for the prime sub, man. Welcome. Love it. SR looking nervous with the upcoming event. I don't know about nervous. Just kind of in an off scrim right now. Optic had a real rough scrim in the lead up to Arlington. It didn't hurt them, you know, winning the thing. That should be a return. And once again, Tug-of-War continues. Did Frosty do something nuts? Frosty coming out with a big play, apparently. Legend Renegade trading blows, or an SR trading blows. Bound found that kill in Royal 2. Insane, right? Exposing himself to the open sightlines, getting in the bottom base, killing Royal 2 and living. Neutralizing their chances of an immediate pull. They might have it here, though. OS going to be advantage SR. For 2. Wait, whoa. Renegade in the window. Going to shut down last shot. Looking for OS here, too. Not enough coverage to keep him off. This could go down to the wire at this rate. We don't typically see Fortress CTF last the full game with the size of the map and how quickly you can run flags, but just goes to show how competitive these teams are. That we're going down to the finish. Healed Renegade on LS Death Cam. Oh. Okay, 2. Wait, interesting stagger. Do we have a pull opportunity for Optic? I don't think so. He's looking for anybody overextending for Optic to try to get something sneaky going with his death cam here, right?
Target spotted.
Always forget that I have the free Prime. Just don't want to... that going to Daddy Bezos? I mean, I hear you. But thank you for using... if that was you in Twitch, brother, thank you so much for the free Prime, man. Trying to maintain at least 2,000 subs, which we're doing okay. I appreciate you guys. 3 dead. Big opening right here. Shopify's flag is out, and yeah, last shot. Wait. Oh, no, that might be it. That flag not getting returned off that 3 dead. Last shot not with positioning to defend it. Legend, he takes the wide run through the elbow. Cycle here for defense. But with that timing, Optic in win position. 2 dead. Legend dives in and plants that flag despite his team being dead. That was risky as hell, right? He's in a scenario where it might have made sense to play slow. And if he did, then it probably would have been a trade at a SR. If, like, I don't know, he made a gamble play. If he doesn't plant that flag, I think SR wins, right? If he stagnates and stays still, then SR probably get the return and maybe Optic have timing to keep the game going. But if off Legend's play right there, if he just died outright, I think SR might have just won that in that moment. So that was crazy. 10-3. Chat, that might be the end of the scrim. 10-3 might be the final result in this one with 1 tie. We're going to wait for the chat in the upper right-hand corner to see if they're electing to play. They're playing Slayer. They're playing 1 Slayer. But they got it teed up at least. Formal and Observer here. Encore. I mean, bro, I have to get going soon. Slayers are usually about 10 minutes, so... we'll see. Oops. Well, yeah, 8 p.m. I'm off at 8 p.m. I don't really care what's on my screen. I'm gonna be off by 8 latest. Yeah, it's date night. We got a temporary calm before the storm here, I guess, man. Everybody using this bandit. It looks like last shot's POV because of the bandit selection, right? This is Precision's POV in their fight versus FaZe. I'm going to keep the audio on Optic right now just so we can hear when last shot's game starts. Frosty capable of making this map quick? No problem. Strafe. He's definitely capable of it. We'll see if it happens. Things have been a little bit different than expected today. Since January, you know. It's pretty still new still. (9-2) versus FaZe? They don't typically play Slayer in scrims. A little bit unprecedented today. This might be the one and only Slayer that we get in the last game of the scrim. So, lock in. Yo, the timing that I said lock in and the music, perfect. I love it. No, it's not the first date. Chill. We're dating. She's my girlfriend. All right, stop. 2-0 off the opening here. Frosty creating space for that sniper. And I'm surprised he didn't collect it. Last shot says, gimme, gimme, gimme. Piggy, piggy, piggy. Formal out bottom mid alone. Thrust still up out there. Frosty might be able to grab it. He dies to bound across the map here, but advantage state to SR. As long as they hold this sniper, and as long as Cycle keeps doing work from the base. Well, like chat said, they might make quick work of this one if they keep this up. Legend in trouble, bottom mid already out, isolated. Legend dies to Cycle. That's a stagger that will continue. Thrust collected by SR here. They don't have high map positioning. There's that. And they will push out that snipe side. Last shot got some awareness that might happen as he plays back in cave in a 3-1 split right now.
That is just good
Block
Halo
Monster.
Right there. That is just damn good Halo.
My God. Keep it up. Enjoying the content. Block Monster, thank you so much, brother. Enjoying having you guys in the support. It means a lot to me. Welcome to the way. Playing it. Oh, my God. Oh, he didn't sprint. I don't know if he meant to, right? I think he had an opportunity to live that, and he didn't. He drops the snipe into the grass below, and Cycle taking advantage. Going to keep that away from Optic. We'll see if they're aware of the location that it fell. I don't know if they know. Legend dies to Frosty here. Somebody's still lingering on snipe side. Formal does collect the sniper. Not going to get much out of it. Bound drops as well. Make it 17-7. Very quickly getting out of hand. Back blue and blue elbow spawns. Get ready for that blue elbow as they keep it open. Yep. Last shot giving enough space along with SR to ensure that the entirety of Optic is going to spawn back blue without splitting. Max damage in cave, and he's got the death cam to check the side of the angle that he's at. There's a deeper corner in cave, right?
This is the way.
Flawed argument. Thank you for the follow, with the welcome. SR excellent at this map. It was very surprising to see Optic win this in Grand Finals, and I think that was the one most staggering indication of how well Optic were playing in Arlington was when they won this map, and the way they won it was crazy, right? Legend with that execution headshot to close the game in game 2. You knew Optic was coming in different in game 2. Elbow versus elbow. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Did I say elbow? I probably said elbow. Elbow. With some elbow grease in it. Yeah, last shot definitely doing damage. 2 dead. Shredded. Oh my God, shredded. Holy shit. The moment Formal appears, he comes back to the angle. Should have regretted that, bro. So quick. Elbow. Yeah. Next. Next. Holy shred, bro. He's hitting every bullet with this, but Bound's still going to walk him down. Drop on his ass. 32-14. I don't even think there's any... This might be over, bro. Is it salvageable at this point? Frosty has sniper. You can basically kiss your chances goodbye. Frosty with 2 with the snipe. Cycle going to seal out Formal and make it 4 dead as he finds a double on Renegade at 36-14. We're spawning him red elbow with this. Elbow? I say... Yeah, they quit! Optic, despite being up 9-3... Wait, was it 10-3? 9-3. Now get this. 10-3. They are going to end the Slayer early as they chalk it up. There's no way they're winning that one. Respecting SR and their dominance in Origin Slayer to end what might be the Scrim, right? Yeah, oh my God. There are no GGs. I didn't see a GGs. Are we dipping out the lobby without a GGs, bro? That might be the end of it. Rinsed him in the Slayer. Optic will take the Scrim 10-4 with 1 tie. That's a damn good Scrim for Optic. Some damn good Halo witness today. Unfortunately, only the 1 POV, but last shot definitely not disappointing in player skill. Optic making him work hard, though. Thank you, Silb. It is 7:48. I'm going to spend about 3 or so minutes looking at the stats. Let's do a little wrap up here. Oops. Optic versus SR, final score. This is not correct. They got to update it. It'll come in soon, right? Halo Data Hive are pretty damn quick and efficient when it comes to this stuff. Frosty ain't going to let anyone keep their face to kiss anything goodbye. Wait, what? Not going to let them have their face to kiss anything goodbye? That's an elaborate statement. But yes.
Alright, chat. I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all. Go raid Trippy.
Trying to get a refresh on this. It's not fully updated, and I don't have a lot of time right now. So far, off of this, Optic have been outslayed by SR, and they won the scrim 10-3. Like, according to the stats right now, just look at this. Like, what? Optic have been outslayed by 40. 30? 30-something? Outslayed by 35 at this point. Outslayed and out-assisted. Out-KD'd. Out-damaged. And they won. Crazy. No. It should be, I've been watching, and it should be a 10-4 scrim. The scrim should be 10-4. Right? Yeah, they just still haven't counted Origin Slayer. Hasn't popped up yet. It's just not there. It's updated correctly. Slay leader in this scrim going to go to Cycle. 266 kills with 112 assists, 222 deaths, 82,000 damage. Cycle also with the most damage in the lobby with a 1.20, 1.70 KDA, 58 accuracy. Low in the accuracy stat for SR today, lower than expected. But as far as SR stats are concerned, he's definitely looking like MVP just on paper. Interesting that he has more slays than all of Optic. Legend, on the other hand, with 264, 111 assists, 222 deaths, almost identical in categories to Cycle, right? With the KDA as well. For Optic, at least, looks like he performed the best. Assists are a different story. Formal does tend to pop off when it comes to assists, right? Formal leads the board in assists with 155. Not quite going to win the damage battle this time around, though. He's much lower on the board here. Bound and Legend doing their work in regards to damage, getting involved in the action. Formal still finding assists, though. When it comes to deaths, the lowest deaths in the lobby is Renegade, which is something that we do see often when Optic is winning. Renegade plays in a way with his positioning and timing that works well off Bound and Legend and the openings that they provide, right? Bound tends to die the most on Optic. He's the most chaotic player. He's very good at staying alive, but he makes the riskiest plays too. So all of that kind of contributes to Bound's deaths, right? Highest accuracy in the lobby usually is last shot, and it is once again with 66. Renegade coming out with 63 this time. Last shot, consistently the top scorer when it comes to accuracy. Shots fired, Royal 2, putting in a lot of shots here. Not the most damage as a result, but he'd definitely be shooting. 1.60 on the KDA. I feel like with OBJ, in the meta and the way that it's evolved at this point, I don't expect there to be a player to do most of the work, but I guess with Oddball, it's definitely looking one way, right? Royal 2 with... Oh, yeah, Royal 2 never picks up the Oddball, right? Almost never. 19 seconds total of Oddball between 3 games and like 6 rounds, right? Because every Oddball went at least 2 rounds. So 19 seconds, wow. Cycle occupying majority of the Oddball team for SR, showcasing the OBJ efficiency, but he does that while also slaying out, having the most slays in the entire lobby. So credit to his ability in the scrim. And then kind of equal share between Last Shot and Frosty. Legend with most of all time, along with Formal, which makes sense to me. OBJ, Bound spending a lot of time roaming around, and Renegade doing what he can to clean up his kills. Keeps them off the ball for the majority of the scrim. Royal 2 once again not occupying OBJ when it comes to CTF. 2 seconds of flag time the entire scrim. 3 different CTF maps. Many flags pulled in Royal 2, only 2 seconds of flag time. Cycle once again with the most, I guess, 37%, tied with Frosty when it comes to flag runs. Legend. I mean, he is the designated flag runner for Optic, and he has got his hands on that thing more often than not. Good to see Renegade with, a chunk of this, a healthy chunk of this time around. It's Bound and Formal, not too much with the flag. I wouldn't say that that's 100% consistent. I would say Legend, definitely, he'll be the primary flag runner. The rest of it, a little bit more up in the air. I would say Bound definitely takes a lot of flag presence in the game if he's given the opportunity. Even when it comes to King of the Hill stats, Legend, OBJ efficient for Optic when it comes to King of the Hill stats, spending the most time in the hill. Legend once again with 73 seconds for occupation time in Strongholds. Bound with the weakest in that department. Relatively even on the side of Shopify. It does look to be that the most support role would be Cycle, with Frosty occupying some of that, and Legend absolutely the most support, with Formal supporting, in a similar kind of department if needed, especially with Oddball. Despite the fact that Legend is so involved in OBJ, he keeps his deaths very low. And so does Cycle, right? Credit to both these players. I think MVPs maybe of their respective teams in this scrim. Doing a lot of work, keeping the slays high and the deaths low. And their damage high at the same time, while also being support role players. I'll give it to Legend as MVP because Optic won the scrim, and I'll say Cycle is our runner-up honorable mention. Damn good scrim of Halo. 10-3 is, of course, not the final score. I guess 10-4 should be updated now. Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's a 10-4 score, not updated, but that SR still wins and slays tells you a lot about just how much damage these guys do on the map, but also says that Optic is very OBJ efficient. You'd think they'd be a heavy Slayer team. Maybe not. Anyway, that does it for me, guys. This was a pleasure of a scrim. I appreciate all you guys hanging out, and I'm glad we got it done right on time for the rest of my evening. We're chilling out here with a healthy number of viewers. Can we give somebody a big raid? I want to give a big raid to somebody. So there is a drops on boomer thing happening, maybe? Or grassroots racing? What is this? Any ideas? We could give Cardinal Redbird a big raid. Raid Mini Berserker? Is he good? Is he like kind of nasty? Mini Berserker's like 15, right? He'd probably be pretty happy to see this. I think Mini Berserker might be playing with Gunny, no? Or
Mini.
Or he's just doing some scrims. He's really good. Okay, this is like a young gun, bro. I think he's like 14 or 15 years old. If you want to give Mini Berserker some love, guys, he plays often with Gunplexion. He's got some high-tier training under Gunny. We'll hit him with a massive raid, see what he thinks of it. If he gets a chance to see it. No pressure, right? I'm going to hop off immediately, so I won't have a chance to say much in his chat. 203 viewers over to Mini Berserker. Thank you, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. It was a pleasure. And Optic Scrims, expect these streams to get going again. We'll keep tabs on that. If you're hanging out on YouTube, we'll have the YouTube VOD available if you want to go check it out on YouTube. You know, as usual. Appreciate the likes and the support, the subscriptions over there. 208 viewers. Have a good rest of your evening, guys. GG's. Go give love to Mini Berserker. Give him a follow and some hype. YouTube, thank you guys for hanging out. PRG, Raw Ice Cream, Hyphy, Damien. Have a good rest of your evening, Hoy. And yeah, see you again very soon. If not tomorrow, Sunday. All right, peace, guys.